I had had enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging ET in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was
pissed off,
okay,
man.
and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said,
I was
okay.
about to shove me a gun up at ET's ass. Fucking
He was a Louisiana man named Montaldo. Folks around called him Six Gun Joe. Worked with ICAR, don't you know? Investigating UFOs. Out for a drive with a gal one night, they stopped to check out the reporting site. When an alien lit right there on the ground, he commenced to throwing his weight around. Now, old Six Gun didn't take too kindly to that kind of thing, especially without Vaseline or anything like that, Seriously. Well, Six Gun looked that critter right in the eye and said, "Any last wish before you die?" Yo, reached for his gun, quick as a twitch, and said, "Fill your claw, you son of a bitch." Now a legend spread across the land about this pistol-waving man. But if you're from space or from Earth below, you don't give no lip to Six Gun Joe.
The Church of Mavis Radio Show, Friday nights at 8 p.m., 7 Central, starring Jeffrey Pritchett with his co-hosts Wham and Jay McNicholas, right here on the United Paranormal Radio Network, UPRN 107.7 FM, New Orleans.
Welcome to Negotiating Happiness, the show that helps you find happiness, success, and balance in your work and life. I'm Adriana Fiestra, your host for this journey into entrepreneurship and personal growth. We're broadcasting live on 107.7 and 105.3 FM in New Orleans as part of the United Public Radio Network. We explore the latest strategies, insights, and stories from successful entrepreneurs and experts. From managing stress to building a thriving business, we've got you covered.
Hi, I'm Brittany Ashley, your host of Breaking Norms, Building Dreams, your guide through this transformative journey in both business and life. This is your place crafted for dreamers, doers, or anyone who has been told they can't. Get ready as we challenge those narratives together. You're tuning in live to the United Public Radio Network, airing on 105.3 and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. We are streaming on all the popular platforms every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me for a candid and thought-provoking conversation celebrating your unique journey because you are worth it.
Sorry. Good morning. Coffee, miss? AM. 9:30 AM.
Yeah. Okay, well, I see you too.
Lips is making coffee. And they put up a cup of Joe.
It's open there. Meow, 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 meow.
Hey, you should find Renegade and play that on his first ballot. Renegade. Steelers play tonight. Renegade. Please.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Welcome everyone to
radio.
Are we radio? Are you sure we're on radio? I think we're on
We're the
TV.
spirit of it anyway. We do talk our asses off, and
We're always live, people. We're always live. Anyway, everybody, welcome to the chat. I think that's Jay. I think that's Sean. And of course, it's me. We still got some stuff to give away. We didn't finish giving away in the first show, and Arthur's Quill. We're giving away it's an 18 book set or something. It's you know, you listen to it. It's not physical books, people. It's
audio
ebooks. No,
Audio.
is it? I don't know if it's audio. It might be ebooks. Yeah, I think it's ebook. But anyway, we'll post that up in a little while, and y'all can go play with that and play with yourselves and whatever else y'all do while you're listening to the show. It's and if you're playing with stuff, we don't want to know, by the way, okay? Unless you like the people who used to come get on the mic when I did Wake Up USA and go, hey baby, yeah, watch
Speaking of that,
speakers
how about
vibrate.
that couple at that baseball game got busted for doing some naughty stuff in the stands? Did you see that?
No, I didn't, but hey, more power to 'em.
Yeah.
When I was young, I did stuff all over the place. Nothing I can say in here, but still, you know, I don't want people to think that I was like that.
What were they doing that was naughty?
I really can't say it online here, or
Let's just say they're at fourth base, man. That's what they were doing. I'm sorry.
It was a lot of, it was foreplay. We'll just say that.
It was the
But I tell
washing
you what,
machine
the
ride.
well, I don't know why we would get busted, because it's all over YouTube.
Oh, we can say whatever we want. They can kiss our ass. We can say whatever the hell. Right now, we're pretty much
Let's
good on
just
all
say-
the networks.
He'll just say that the dude had some sticky fingers.
Ooh, nasty, 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 nasty. He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be putting ice. He shouldn't be putting ice cream in there while he's doing it. Just nasty.
I thought you meant like it was like the stadium, because so certain like local stadiums, they have like little games they play, like in the seventh inning stretch. They'll have like two adults like put their heads on a bat and run around the bat until they're dizzy, and then they have to run from the outfield to a home plate, and whoever gets there first wins like season tickets or whatever to the stadium. They do all that kind of crazy stuff. But yeah, if there are people just goofing around in the stadium, there's really nothing you can really do about that but kick them out.
They kicked him out.
Well, if it's a certain stuff, you can go to jail for it. But
Oh yeah.
you know, it's funny in New Orleans. So these people come down here all the time, and they're always showing their tits and other parts. And, it's fine for Mardi Gras, but the rest of the time, it's not quite as acceptable as it is doing Mardi Gras. You can go to jail. I was watching this guy. He climbed up a pole naked, thing swinging in the breeze. And there's people walking by looking at him like, what are you, stupid? Here come the cops. Clear, walking. So what are you doing, boy? Oh, I thought you can get naked on Bourbon Street. He said, first off, even if it was Mardi Gras, you couldn't be showing that. He said, so guess what? You're going to jail.
And number two, you're not on the street. You're up at 20 feet on a pole. Why would
Well,
you climb up a pole
Hey,
when you're
Sherry.
naked? That's just nuts.
Hey, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Well, doing Mardi Gras, they grease the poles.
They do that in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They
Well,
do
if they
it
don't
in
grease the poles, people all over the damn.
The poles we had in my neighborhood were usually just like straight pine, trunk poles. But they didn't grease them. They put tar. They put they would melt hot tar like 5 foot and let it just drip down like a coating. So if you went up and hugged it after it dries, it's like this sticky gooey mess. You don't want to climb after you touched it.
All the trees down here. I mean, all the poles we used to get them little bubbles on. You'd pop them, and all gooey and chewy and tarry and stuff. Hey, Mish. Where'd Heidi go? And Colleen, I just talked to him in the other room. It's okay, people. Y'all better be listening. Get your ass in the room. Can't give y'all nothing for free if you ain't in the room. What the hell was that? Oh no, Martha. Later on in the show, I'll get all your information and give you the code. Oh, excuse me. I'll give you the code, and then you can go. Whatever. Yeah. Well, no, I was up early today. My chihuahua. I said, Daddy, it's Saturday. Get you out of bed. And I was like, no, because I didn't go to bed till 3:30. And they're like, but Daddy, get up. And I'm like, no. I yelled at no, I speak Chihuahua. Very well, for that matter, too. I told my Chihuahua it was stinking beautiful today, and it ran around telling Mom all day I stink. Oh, look at you. How you know I was talking about you, huh? How'd you know I was talking about you? She's looking at me with these big eyes like, Daddy.
They grease. What do they do? Grease something down in Australia, and they climb it, a slippery pole climb, to get alcohol bottles.
Well, a good practice down in New Orleans, then. Gene, we had Rob Sawyer on today and Lazarus Black. Yes, both authors. Yeah, Rob's a little more famous than Laz, but Laz is on her way to being famous. Yeah, Rob Sawyer is pretty damn famous, yes. He's been involved in a few things along the way. I was trying to give him some information on Dune, but he's like, no. I was trying to get Kevin J. Anderson to give me some information on Dune the other day because I figured he'd know too. No. They won't tell me nothing. I know. I guess they figure I got a big mouth. I'm going to come tell all of y'all. It's by the way, I want to thank everybody listening to the chat. Y'all have made this the most popular show on the network, both in archive and in live numbers, which I'm amazed by, actually.
What are they, buddy?
So right now we can't say that live, but right now we're looking for a female host. Oh, and speaking of that, y'all gotta remind me to call that woman for news on the flip side. But we're looking for a female host. Well, our good friend Leah is out in the world now. She's changed her life around a little bit. So once she gets settled in, we'll talk to her. She'll probably join us. Well, she's getting some time to spend with her son Liam, so she's happy about that.
Yeah.
So am I.
She's been fighting for custody for a year or so now. So
yeah, her and I had some long conversations last year about several things, and I tore her ass up several times. She's a good friend of mine. She used to host with me too. She used to host not this show, but News on the Flip Side with me back 20 years ago, and when she was just a pup. Her and what's her name, Lily White. Yes. Lily White was a black woman, yes, out of DC, no less. Yes, it's hard to talk politics with me because you got to know your politics.
Nish says I need a paid job. Nish, she wants to get.
I'll give you a paint job, baby. I'll paint you red, white, and blue. Mm-hmm. Put a mega hat on you. Oh wait, while we're on this, so the Democrats are getting blue, make California great again, and using Stevie Wonder to sing. I mean, they're just copying Trump now. And what's his name? Steven, whatever his name is, came out and said that it looks like Trump's been right about a lot. The one that's always ranting and raving. Oh, I can't think of his name right now, but I was like, what? They said what? I've heard this guy rant and rave several. He's a Democrat. So a lot of Democrats are starting to think that maybe Uncle Trumpy is right.
Yeah. Well, you also mentioned Stevie Wonder. It's so good to hear that he's still active and stuff. I mean, he just, last year he put out a new album. I don't know. Did you guys see it?
Nope.
Yeah, neither did he.
Oh God!
Boo!
Boo! Boo! Boo! Boo! Boo! Boo!
I'm sorry.
May 10,000 million fire piss ants crawl all over your body tonight. Fire ants.
Good girl. Gonna get that cat. See, she's gonna eat that cat. She thinks she's a cat killer. First, she thought she was a Pomeranian killer. Then she's a cockroach killer. Oh, rats. She'll corner them in a corner and hold them until Daddy gets there and gets them.
Yeah, sorry, Mish. It's a joke I stole from Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, it's just she's bad. It's a bad taste. What can we say? It's the chat. We can say whatever.
No, that's
we
not
want.
even the worst of it. Eddie Murphy, because Eddie Murphy used to do. If everyone remembers, he's from Saturday Night Live. He did countless impersonations of Stevie Wonder on the show.
Yeah, he did.
Making fun of him, and he actually in his stand-up he says directly, he's talking to Stevie Wonder. He says, "Stevie, I'm not impressed with the singing and the songwriting. I'm not impressed. I don't care. You want to impress me? Take the wheel for a while, motherfucker."
I was listening to Dave Chappelle this morning, and oh my God, he's smart. He knows the shit, but man, surprise. I like Dave Chappelle. What do you guys think of Dave Chappelle?
I think he's kind of funny.
I haven't listened to a comedian in so long. It's the only comedian I heard lately is I can't even think of his name. He's been picking on the Democrats lately. He's pretty good about picking on them. He's been doing a little hard politics with comedy at the same time.
Mitch said, "Paint your house blue, Sherry." Yeah. Hey, can we talk about this a little bit here? What's going on in Newfoundland where Sherry lives? And she says, "We got all kinds of fires here now. Apparently people starting them. Lots of people evacuated. Government giving fines for driving ATVs or going into the woods. Real strange shit."
That could be part of the reason why California's burning. It's so dry out there. You drive an ATV by with a super hot, muffler, run over the wrong patch of grass, and up in flames.
But she feels that the Canadian government is boxing them all in with all these fires.
Could be. What's his name? Allison Cooper, isn't that who running the country? Oh, no, I mean Carney, sorry. He's running the country. I can't pick on the Canadians. I got too many Canadian friends up there, including my manager, so I got to be careful when I'm picking on Canadians.
I'm sure our Canadian friends do not mind us making fun of their idiot president. And most of them have said they don't like him.
It's he is. And when I listen to these Canadians talk, he's a fucking moron. He's a fucking idiot. He's worse than Pink Shorts. Okay, then why'd you put him in office?
That was fixed, dude.
That's good.
That was fixed race. Come on, dude. You know it.
That wasn't a fixed race. That was fucking Trump's fucking fuck up. Trump fucked up. Look, the liberals were so low. I mean, they were below 17%. It was going to be a wipeout. And then here comes Trump. Well, we're going to put some tariffs on Canada. We're going to terrorize them out of existence. You should have waited till after the election and then said that shit. But he didn't. He just ran his mouth, and then boom, they went from
he didn't run his mouth. He made it
to
a
like
point. At every speech, tariff was the first thing he said almost, and then he would say it like 15, 20 times.
So it makes me think he wanted Carney as the president. For what, I don't know. And Carney don't even live in the fucking country.
Time running him over, maybe. I don't know.
So that's another thing. How can you be president and not live in your country? What the fuck kind of shit is that? I think that should be a rule that if you're going to be president, you got to live in the country.
That's what I would think.
In this country, you got to be living in the country. Shit, you can't even be a cop if you don't live in the county or down here in the parish, but still.
I don't know. Carney's an ass.
He is an ass. He smells like my chihuahua's butt.
I will say, though, versus Pink Shorts, he is a little bit better well-spoken publicly. He does talk better in public than Pink Shorts did.
Oh, Sherry says I'd welcome being
that's an interesting thing you said there because
we've been talking about that.
Yeah, they've been talking about that. So there's been a couple of Canadian provinces talking about it, but the Crown's been talking about it, which technically the Crown can't do anything unless Philip declares he's the King of Canada and then gives it to the United States. And then the Canadians will just be like, what the fuck just happened?
Ta-da!
Hey, Sherry, but you live in Ontario, don't you? You have to move out to Alberta? Would you have to move out that way, out west?
Not if the whole thing becomes.
That question's for Sherry.
Well, I'm pretty sure you could get BC to join America. I don't know about Ottawa. Maybe not. Saskatchewan, you could probably get to join America.
The border cities, I think, would join quicker. I would think too, because you're that close already.
The Acadians, they're already talking like Cajun, so they might as well become Cajun. And
there's the one city in Maine? I think it's in Maine, and the street goes right from America to Canada, and it's like there's literally no change. There's no gatehouse. There's no nothing. And it's just like you would be driving the backwoods in the country road. You just go from one house to the next house.
Well, they were showing how immigrants get out of our country into Canada. So it's all over in the northern part of the country. So the road will go up so far, and then there'll be like a grass field, and then there'll be a road. So there's a grass field, so they don't have to have a booth up there or anything. They put a grass field there, and that's the crossover. And the guy's got cattle, so he owns land on both sides. So they get on his land, and they walk across, and they get to the other road, and they got somebody waiting for them. They take off. And they're in Canada. Now, we're not going to really try to work the border if they're all going to Canada because we don't really care. Now, if they start coming down here. So this is the weird thing. There has been an increase of Americans moving to Canada, but there's also been an increase of Canadians moving to America.
Yes.
Kind of weird how that's working out.
Well, I get a lot of them moved up here because Biden was the president. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got the Trumpers going up, the Never Trumpers going up there too, and then of course we have Rosie O'Donnell.
Again, I'm moving. Good riddance. Have fun in Canada. Good.
I was loving Rosie O'Donnell picking on the little cute blonde girl for the Eagle Jean Company. Oh, and I wouldn't take an offer from them, and I'm thinking,
who? Sydney Sweeney?
Sweeney.
Yeah, So, but Rosie O'Donnell's thinking, oh, she's going to get to do an ad for this company and put. She said, I wouldn't do a gene ad for them. I'm thinking, bitch, they wouldn't ask you if you were the last person on the planet.
Oh man, that means I got to break out the Clorox bleach to wash my eyes out. Ooh, gross.
I mean,
Clorox bleach.
can
No,
y'all see Rosie and Perry?
It's white hot iron pokers.
No,
Those
dude,
images
Clorox
right
bleach.
out directly.
You know, I could see her now in her little sexy.
Too strong
coat.
for bleach. It's too strong for bleach, Sean.
Anybody who likes Rosie O'Donnell should just slap yourself.
Oh, shut up, Joe. Shut up.
I'm just saying, if you like Rosie, you should slap yourself.
I do not like Rosie O'Donnell.
At least
did.
AOC's cute.
Never.
I
Yeah.
don't even think AOC's cute. She's that stupid. She's unattractive as hell.
Well,
That's how stupid she is.
some guys like stupid girls.
Well, those guys are also probably just as stupid.
Shame on you.
Just a fact, you know. Sorry.
I'm not thinking
Facts
that.
are
I know
just
several
true.
guys on this network that like AOC. Not me, but because I think she smells funny. But you know.
Yeah, but Sherry, if you're on an island, the good thing is when the immigrants do come, you can hear them splashing, so it's a little easier to get aim on them.
Hey, Colleen. Welcome to the
Colleen.
Monday. Where's my Heidi at, man? Come on, now I'm getting upset. Randy, who? Randy Lode. I don't know. Who's Randy Lode? I don't know. Who are you? Where are you at? Oh, you're a Canuck? What part of Canucky world are you? Oh, so you're out in Vancouver. Okay, you're on West Coast. Yeah. Yeah, BC's nice. Well, you know what I find interesting about BC? So BC got all the borders all tight now, right? Oh, you gotta come through. You gotta have this. You gotta have this. Okay. You get in the boat, motorboat along. You pull in the harbor. You don't have to have nothing. No passport, nothing. Just get out your boat, go do your business, go party and have a good time. Get back in your boat, come back to Seattle.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Seattle like the West Coast, like heroin import site, #1 import site on that side of the planet? That's probably why they have that like open border, so the drugs can get through more freely.
It's weird because I mean, if you go to the border on the road, their asses, you need this, you need that, you need this. But if you get in your boat,
What are you here
going,
for? Gonna stay for a day? How long are you gonna stay for? You know what? I mean, they really do. They ask you all that shit.
well, it's kind of hard to police boats, people. I mean, you know, I guess we're gonna have the Coast Guard out there. Okay, man, pull your boat over there, sir. This little island over there. Pull over there. Get out the boat, please. You got your damn passport? Well, I'm not going nowhere. Why I need a passport? Well, you look like you're headed to Canada. No, I'm not going to Canada. I'm going fishing.
Okay, I got a note.
Yeah,
I got a message from Heidi. Okay, be right there. I just noticed the time. Yep, she'll be in.
Good stuff.
She'll be in.
Cocaine is always a good. I miss the old Cokes that had cocaine in them. Be like, yeah, give me another Coke. Give me another
You know
Coke.
what? I
So
never,
long
I never
ago,
had
though,
one.
Joe.
I
mean, they
never
stopped
had one.
putting the cocaine in
I
like
know.
1913 or so. But
Oh, man, they had it long than that. Don't let them lie to you like that, man.
it might have been 1930s. But anyway,
Get my aunts were drinking that shit. They were shaking and shivering.
the ads
and
for
shit.
that, they used to say it relieves fatigue, and they actually, you know, doctors would actually prescribe Coca-Cola if you came in with a headache or a migraine.
Yeah, I need a Coke. I need a Coke, man. I need a Coke.
Because it literally had coke in it, you know. And oddly enough, they still use the cocaine to make that same formula. They've just changed it to the point where they extract. I don't know how they do it, but
I
sometimes
bet you
they
that
extract
Mexican Coke
the
got that
magical
cocaine
text
in
of
it, man.
cocaine. But
I'm betting y'all that Mexican Coke got that cocaine in it. Fuck that real sugar.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you're right, Joe. No, no doubt.
Coca-Cola
No doubt.
is the second leading importer and provider
Hey, Lee,
of
what's up, baby?
medical
Casey,
cocaine for
good
the
to
medical
see you,
pharmaceutical
buddy.
industry, which is very interesting.
Casey
They help provide the
woke up
Novocaine
early.
we get.
Gimme. Yeah, gimme.
Casey's
I don't need
from,
just some
Casey's
tight
from
up
Sri
without
Lanka.
cocaine.
He's from Sri Lanka.
Yeah, Sri Lanka. How you doing, man? He's in
Casey.
what's his name's territory? The one who built the satellite, wrote Space Odyssey 2001. What was his name?
Oh, now that you're pressing for it, it's Asimov.
No, he's way famous. I mean, he wrote the book 2001, but he also invented the satellite, the communication satellite.
He
He's,
coined the term for what a satellite is, and he also
No, he actually designed one.
did he? Okay.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't know that.
designed one. Yeah, he
Well,
designed
he
one. I
also
can't-
was responsible for coining the word satellite, I do believe.
Yeah, I don't doubt that either. It's yeah, because when Sputnik was up there, they called it something else. No, Arthur C. Clarke. That's him. Sorry,
Yes, there we go. Thank you.
Sir Arthur C. Clarke. Yes. What do you mean he was gay? Yeah, I think he was gay actually. I don't know 100%. I don't care if he is or not. No, he wrote other stuff besides that. Yeah.
He also, if I'm not mistaken,
Clockwork Orange was
the 3 rules of Android robots.
Yes. Hey, how you doing, sweetie? A Clockwork Orange was by him. That was written by Kubrick, huh? Stanley Kubrick. Who wrote?
No. Kubrick did the movie. A Clockwork Orange was written by Anthony Burgess in 1963.
See? That movie was just weird.
The movie's very, very close to the book, though. However, but it's not.
It's
not
but
exactly.
It's still weird.
In the movie, they portrayed all the kids as being 18 and older, but
that's why we were talking about
the gang. What's his name? Michael's. Alexander's gang was. They were 15, 14, and 13 years old.
Kaysen said it was Arthur C. Clarke.
Yeah, that's what we said. Arthur C. Clarke.
Yeah,
we already figured it out, but he was an interesting character. He had a lot of stuff to his credit, more than I thought. More stuff than I realized when I first started reading about him a while back. He had quite a bit. He was kind of like L. Ron Hubbard, the fact that he was into all kind of shit. 2001 Space Odyssey, 2010 Space Odyssey, 3001 The Final Odyssey. Wait, what is that? I ain't never seen that one.
2063, that's the last one.
No,
3-book series.
3001 The Final Odyssey. I ain't never seen that one. I guess
I haven't seen that. There was one called 2063 that I thought that he wrote.
Yeah, the 2061 is this one says. Oh wait, this says 2061 Odyssey 3 is what it says.
Yes, that's
the Fountains of Paradise, the City of Light, of Other Days, the Fall of Moon Dust, Against the Fall of the Night, Imperial Earth, The Sands of Mars, Collected Stories of Arthur C. Clarke. Yeah, that's great. Tales from Earthlight, The Lost Worlds, 2001. Okay, well, Arthur, we like you. You're just okay. You're a little weird, but you was okay.
It's hard to get out because you have to say author Arthur C. Clarke, and it's like
and it is kind of
especially if you're a radio guy.
That's when you go Arthur C. Clarke.
I mean, it's Arthur C. Author Ether. Yeah, it'll fumble you up if you get it too wrong.
I just type it out.
I know.
It's hard to type things out though when you have to say it on the radio, though, Sean. That was my point.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know. And Jay, I'm from Pittsburgh, and I have a dialect. And I got a whole new vocabulary that would blow you guys away.
Oh no, I know. My cousins are from that area up there too. They were from Youngstown. They're right across the border from you, like 35 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
So they have the same accent, the same inflections, and it's not mom, it's mom. It's not dad, it's pop. It's not Coke or soda or Pepsi, it's pop. Yeah.
It's pop. Never say soda.
No, not pop. You can't say pop. It's pop.
Nope.
It's funny. I was listening to this girl. She's from Appalachia, and she was saying words that only you hear in Appalachia. I was listening to her. I was cracking my ass up. It's like, it's Appalachia. She's talking about in Florida, and I'm thinking, you're right, baby. The only place you can hear them words is right where you are. You can hear them words anywhere else, especially when they use them the way they use them. And I was like, okay, y'all are a little bit weird.
Well, I'll be honest. It really is. My first time, and I actually grew up with my cousins, but the first time I drove up to Ohio after I got my driver's license, I don't think the summer of 1983, I think, but I drove up there and I stopped to go to the McDonald's, and I don't know how many times I've been to this same McDonald's, and I asked her, I said, "Can I get a Coke and a Big Mac?" And she goes, "You mean a pop?" And I stopped and turned around and looked behind me like did I speak Spanish to this girl? I said, "Did I ask for a soda?" And she says, "Pop." I'm like, I couldn't. It throws you for a loop when you're not used to it.
It's just like when we go down south, and I asked for a pop, and they said, "What the fuck's a pop?"
And they go, "What?"
Yeah,
I'll pop you, asshole, man. Pop. There you go. Pop.
You want a soda, sir?
Pop. What the crap is that? So what is this? Arthur C. Clarke, 1945 visions became reality. We explore how satellites in the Clarke orbit provide our television, internet, and GPS, shaping our world. This motherfucker was like eons behind everybody else. And this is weird because when you go different places, there's different things. This one says he theorized about the satellite. This one says that he actually had schematics of satellites. So make up your mind up, people.
I don't know for sure if he actually designed a real one or not, but I do know that he came up with the term for it.
Well, no, you just heard what I read up there just a minute ago. Arthur C. Clarke, The World of GPS, Internet, and
well, I mean, those are things he predicted. Yes, he didn't invent them.
No, it's not either one actually. He didn't predict them. He wrote how this was going to occur throughout our society and what the effects of our society would be. So he kind of did in between, I guess, what you would say. He actually proved how the satellite would work and what was the best orbit for the satellite. Get that shit.
Thank you, Jason. Yeah. Invented the first
Yeah,
schematic.
but he didn't design. He talks about
the satellite.
He didn't. Oh, this shit is confusing over here. See, that's the problem. Too many people are writing too many different things because nobody actually knows the truth. Go find his boyfriend and get the truth. Carl Sagan, Stephen Hawking, Arthur C. Clarke. That's some big names to be hanging out with, my friend. Carl Sagan was an interesting guy. He was part of the Dolphin Society. And people don't know what the Dolphin Society is. That's a lot to get into. Stephen Hawking. So Stephen Hawking is interesting. I want y'all to explain something to me, okay? So Stephen Hawking wrote The Universe in a Nutshell. So I can quote you page by page by page by page. I can even go over designs and other things that are in the thing. And I remember I was giving a lecture at a college, and a guy goes, "God damn, you know that really well." I said, "Yeah, since I've never read it." And he just looked at me. I'm like, "No, I've never read the book. Not one time, never even picked it up." I said, "The only reason I heard an interest in it was somebody when I was on the USS Nimitz was talking about it." He said, and a guy handed me books. I looked at it. I said, "Oh, that looks cool." Set it down, never looked at it again. He said, "Well, how do you know what's in it?" I said, "I don't know, but I do. Because I've quoted it many, many, many times over the years." And they're like, "You sure you didn't read it?" I said, "Not unless I was asleep when I did it." I said, "Because obviously I didn't do it while I was awake." But it's not the only thing. There's been other things, other sources of information somehow or another I've gleaned without actually ever reading. Y'all figure it out. I don't have no idea. One of my instructors one time told me, he said, "It's a type of telepathy you have." I said, "Well, I got telepathy that reads books?" He said, "Yeah, don't be so surprised. It does happen." I was like, "Whoa, really?" I was like, "Okay." I still don't believe that, by the way, but hey, I'm in for any ideas, I
don't believe it either, and I think I've done it. To be honest with you, I think I've actually
what am I thinking here, guys? What am I thinking? What am I thinking here?
I cannot say that. You can't call us that shit. Shame on you, Sean. God, Sean's bad, people.
Damn
He's evil. He is evil, evil, evil.
No, he's right to think we're full of shit.
And stop thinking about AOC like that. This is a public PG-13 show.
To say something like
okay,
that.
it's our show, but still.
R my ass. It's my rated R plus 18 non.
Some woman the other day says
the only thing after R is they changed R to NC-17. The next thing after that is X, and then it's 2X and then 3X, and that's the hard.
So nobody's getting naked, so we ain't in the X category. But this lady asked me the other day. She goes, "Can I bring my son when I listen to the chat?" I said, "Well, how old is your son?" She's about 8. I said, "No." She's like, "Why?" I said, "First off, the amount of F I'm going to use through a chat. Sometimes it's not as much as others."
Galore.
I said, "She says you use the F. I've never heard you use the F bomb." I said, "Well, guess what? I do sometimes use the F bomb." She said, "Really?" I said, "On an average chat show, I can use the F word 40 times." She's like, "What?" I was
we have the cure. Colleen has the cure.
Colleen, yes, Colleen does.
What do you mean? Aluminum cans, the best thing to drink. No, actually, my favorite thing to drink out of is those 8-ounce Coke bottles, but you can't hardly ever get them anymore. And the only way we can get the 16 or 20-ounce bottles is if we get the Mexican cocaine Coke.
Dude, I remember Coke machines that they didn't drop the soda. You open the top.
Yeah, man, you slid them out
inside of it, and then you had to slide it off of a rail. And it was a glass bottle.
Well, it's funny. I had just
that's
before
how we got Coke when I was a kid, and they were 25 cents.
Yeah. So when Linda got pregnant with Joey, someone had given me a 1955 Coke machine. Now it was the kind with the little door that opened, and you pulled the Coke out, and the next one dropped down. It was 5 cents is what it was, and I changed it to a quarter.
They were like 25 cents, but
that's what I changed it to 25 cents. But the machine itself was worth 11 grand. I can only imagine what it's worth today.
You put it in working condition.
So, well, my wife was pregnant. We didn't have any money. We couldn't pay our rent and stuff. So, I really liked my landlord, and I didn't want to stiff her. I said, well, look, I'm going to leave you this machine. She said, Joe, it's worth way more than you owe me. I said, well, it's the only thing I can do. So I'm going to leave you the machine. So we get all settled in on a new place, and I get a letter, and it's a check for $7,500. She felt bad at me giving her the machine because of what it was worth. But she still got the fucking thing, by the way. It works perfect. The machine's always worked fabulous. It was all that red with the white cooking. And I had just gotten it, I picked it up off of a job. Somebody said, well, you can just have it, get rid of it. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. But it only put bottles. You couldn't put anything else in it. What was it?
Have you ever seen the show American Restoration?
No. Restoration?
Yes,
American Restoration came out a little bit after Pawn Stars. Pawn Stars spawned a couple of shows, and one of them is Counting Cars, one of them is American Pickers, and one of them is American Restoration. American Restoration, this guy has his business. It's in Las Vegas. Obviously, that's where Pawn Stars is. And people bring them their machines, whether it's like it's a video game, it's an old toy car that you would ride from the 50s. All these old type of things, one wheel bikes, just name something from like the 1950s back. These people are bringing to this dude, and he restores them back to almost pristine, like showroom, like you would have bought it 50, 60, 100 years ago. It's a really cool show.
No, well, I've seen shows like that. It's okay. Where in the hell?
Well, that show specifically spawned off of Pawn Stars, but it just the history on it. I mean, I'm kind of a history buff, and I've always thought it was cool as hell. But they do the whole process. They show you how they restore the whole thing.
Did he say he was a porn star buff? Is that what he said?
That's what he said, Joe. That's what he said.
What did I say?
You're a porn star buff? We're a little stranging out here, man. This show might be X-rated.
I never said that.
That's what it sound like to me, man. Oh, I'm not sure, people. Jay might be losing it on us, man.
First break, Jay, can you please put on Renegade? The Pittsburgh Steelers are playing tonight.
By who?
By who? Oh, that's Rush, right? No, not Rush.
No, Renegade?
Sticks.
No, it's not Rush. It's
Sticks. Yeah, Sticks.
Yeah, it's Sticks. Yeah.
Yeah, the Steelers are playing tonight. They're in Jacksonville.
Man, Coke's good for wash. So it's good for washing battery acid.
Oh my God! Yeah, you know what else Coke is good for, Jason? Cleaning grills.
Yeah,
cleaning grills. Yes.
It also works good for cleaning your colon. So it's a motherfucking cleaning.
Joe, when I had to clean the galley, we used, remember bug juice?
Yeah.
Yeah, we used packet of bug juice to clean grills.
You know, when I was working, how was I working? I was working at Drew Charge, a fancy restaurant, and man, I was cleaning. This guy said, "Stop doing it like that." I'm like, "Well," he said, "Let me show you how to fucking do this." So he walks up there, he turns the grill up to high, throws some water on it, bitch just comes clean.
Yeah.
You ain't got to do anything; it just comes clean. I'm like, "Well, what the fuck I've been doing this for?" He said, "Look," he said, "it's like when you put something in your frying pan to break the flavor off the bottom, and it takes it all off." I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Same thing on the grill." I was like, "Really?" And sure enough, you didn't have to do nothing on it because they didn't like you scratching up their grills, man. They get pissed. Or you frying their frying pans, they get pissed about that too. So I always tell them, well, I can't go put the frying pans on the grill because y'all are cooking, so I got to clean them old school. You know, big old hunk of wire like this. They put me on car parking. The guy said I was too pretty to work on cleaning pots and pans.
Oh,
shit,
God.
That's what he told me.
Man.
And,
hey, Jay, I got some shovels in my trunk.
I'm telling you what the guy told me. So parking cars for these guys, these were all high end, man. They'd pay me $20 to park the car, and I go sit out there. They'd be all kind of fancy ass cars. And back $20 back then was like $100 today, man, at least. And
I gotta explain something. Case in America, bug juice is a term to describe sweet powdery drinks like Kool-Aid and fruit juices like that kids would make in the 60s and parents would make for the kids in the 60s and 70s. We're not actually talking about drinking bug juice, but I'll take your word on it that cockroach milk is yummy.
Cockroach milk. Come on, Kason. I know you do. I know you do. He just woke up.
Yeah, I mean we're crazy in America, but we don't drink actual bug juice. We actually just take really sweet, sugary, powdery drinks and put water in them, shake them up, and give them to our kids, and they run around for an hour.
What are you talking about, Don? No.
Lemonade.
Lemonade, unless it comes from a powdered source, it doesn't count as bug juice. Bug juice was the kind of stuff you like at camp. They would take this 5-gallon Gatorade cooler. They would dump like 5 pounds of this powder in it, and then a 5-pound bag or 2 5-pound bags of sugar, and then fill it with water and stir it. That's what bug juice is. Because it attracted so many bugs. You were basically drinking bug juice anyway.
Look at Mish. Look what she wrote. Never seen tits on a roach.
Yeah, you need a microscope for that, Mish. You need to have a lot of time on your hands and a microscope.
Well, now that you come down here, we got big old cockroaches. You can see them.
There are some big ones down there, and Georgia too. I mean, we're talking.
Yeah, they are. Them bitches fly off with you if you ain't careful.
Yeah, we're talking, 10-inch long, bug. That's huge.
I was laughing at a friend of mine came down. He's from New York. He comes down. He goes, "Jesus Christ, Joe, these roaches carry you off."
Yeah,
I said they get pretty big, man. He's like, really? I said, yeah.
Mosquitoes, the mosquitoes, that you can hear them buzzing around, and they have to actually, they'll say, should we eat them here or should we fly them back home for a take home?
His girlfriend, they kept flying in her hair. She was freaking out.
Hey, Michelle, good to see you, hon.
Yeah, people don't realize. Well, they're actually more like the palmetto bugs. I think it's what.
Them little black love bugs, man. They're a pain in the ass.
No. Palmetto bugs. They're like the huge cockroaches. They actually do fly. People don't realize that. No, they will get stuck.
Yeah, they do fly.
Do you have those little love bugs down there in New Orleans, Joe?
Yeah, we do actually. We don't see them as much as we used to. Though. We used to see a lot of them, and then all of a sudden they started being less and less. Like little ladybugs, we used to see a lot of them too. We don't see much of them anymore either.
I think all those little black bugs. Those little love bugs moved to Florida. I think that's where they went.
Yeah. They're always flying around hooked to each other, so.
They're all over in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Their habitat may have gone lower south.
I couldn't tell you how many of them I murdered, so
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about them since I murdered so many of them, but still.
Well, I tell you what, I lived down by the rivers, the Ohio, Mon, and Allegheny, and whenever the mayflies hatch, Don, oh my God, there are like billions of mayflies. They hatch, they mate, they die, and come out a year later.
What kind of fun is that?
I know. It's a bloody fucking wonder, man.
Yeah, at least flies get at least 2 days. They're born, they have sex, they make more flies, and they die. They have 2 days to do it.
Unless, how about praying mantises, the female? While they're doing the wild thing, they eat the heads of the males. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. They just decapitate them. Same. Well,
I hear Canadian women do that too.
The black widow spider does the same thing. It widows itself after mating.
I mean, I've seen videos of the black widow, man, and some of them male widow spiders are like very stealthy. They really are. They're like.
They are also smaller than the females. The male black widows. They're usually smaller than the females.
Hey, Miss, if you're still in here, how about those big ass spiders down there in Australia? Those things are huge.
Trapdoor spiders,
huge.
Tarantulas.
They coconut spiders. What are they, Mish? Do you ever see them, Joe? They're huge.
No, the biggest thing we get down here is every now and then you'll see a tarantula down here for some reason, but
the hairy looking ones, Mish. Yeah. Oh, that's it. No, the huntsman, is that the biggest one you got, Mish? Them suckers are scary, man.
See, our problem is we got little diddly spiders.
Like spiders are scary, Sean. All spiders.
No, they're not.
Well, we got We got black widows down here in brown recluse. The
Yeah, we
recluse
got those
won't
too.
kill you, but it'll f you up. The widow
It'll
will
mess
kill
your
you.
life up. It definitely, it creates necrotic tissue, but so it won't necessarily kill you unless you're very, very young and very, very allergic. But yeah, it will create necrotic tissue, which is very, very difficult to heal.
Yeah. Oh, that link I posted. No, that's where they got these the other books on sale. I think it's like 18 books for 2 cups of coffee or some shit. It's cheap as hell. That's not what I said. We got another link. I got to pull out in a minute.
Bird spider. Hey Sherry, nothing poisonous up in Newfoundland, huh?
Everything's poisonous down here, man. We like it's living in the deep south,
No, it
especially
is, Joe.
swamp, can be a
Australia
bitch.
has way more poisonous stuff than the South of America, south of United States. To put literally, Australia has the top 10 poisonous spiders, top 10 poisonous snakes, top 10 poisonous and other things that will kill you no matter what.
None of that matters. A black widow will kill you dead first time it bites you, so it don't have to be no more poison than it is. A water moccasin will kill you dead first time it bites you. Don't have to be nothing else. So will a diamondback rattle will kill you dead as soon as it bites you. It's there's several things in Louisiana that will kill you dead if they bite you. So it doesn't really matter, especially if you're in a swamp because you have no chance of getting any help. Just whoop, you dead. You ever see a diamondback rattler? They get fucking huge.
They're huge. At least I've seen 6 foot, 7 foot long species.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them 8 to 9.
Yeah,
this big around. They look like freaking boa constrictors.
They're huge. They're as big as.
And now, unfortunately, we do have boa constrictors and shit down here. Florida's got them worse than we do, but there's people letting their stupid snake loose. Now it's out there killing everything. On the one downside for them, alligators do eat them. And cottonmouths and rattlesnakes eat them too, but they breed fast, and there's a lot of them. They eat every damn thing. I seen a 10-footer wrapped around a gator. I wasn't sure who was going to win that argument. One of my favorite things I ever seen was I was way out way down in the Chapelai Basin, and we were on this little island doing crawfishing. And then we kept hearing all this splashing. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I grabbed my gun and started walking over there. So there's a brown bear fighting an alligator for a hole that was full of catfish. So the gator was about 14 feet, and he didn't want to get out of there. He wanted to eat his catfish. So the bear would drag him out, and they'd fight, and the gator would run back into the hole and bite it and get another catfish. And every time the bear tried to get a catfish, the gator tried to bite him. It was just fucking hilariously funny. Finally, the bear drug him out into the bayou next to it, and he just took off. And the bear went and sat down, and he must have ate 10 catfish. And he kind of looked at us, and I was like, Bear, I have 2 guns in my hand. Both of them which will kill you. You better just think about going on your other way, my friend.
I didn't know you had bears down there. What, they black bears?
Both. We got brown and black bears.
Wow.
You know how to tell the difference between a brown bear and a black bear?
Yeah, one's brown, one's black.
No. Well, there's 3 kinds. There's a brown bear, a black bear, and a grizzly bear. People can't tell the difference sometimes.
Oh, grizzlies are easy to tell.
Brown bear will, if you run and climb up a tree, the brown bear will climb up after you. If it's a black bear, you run and you climb up a tree. The black bear will shake the tree until you fall out. And if it's a grizzly bear, you run up a tree. The grizzly bear will come over to the tree and knock it over, and then come and get you. They just push the tree down and come get you.
Grizzlies are easy to tell. They got that big hump on their back.
They're freaking huge too. They're like 10 foot, 10 to 13.
Well, they're basically polar bears in the lower country is what they are.
I'm gonna look that up, Miss. She said they have odd drop beer.
Yep.
I never heard of them.
Okay, I don't know. All we got is brown and black. We got wolves and coyotes and cats. We got panthers and keep saying, "Oh no panther." And then you hear about somebody killing a panther. Oh well, really? We don't have panthers.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, down there in Florida has panthers too. I don't think we have panthers, but up here we have cougars and mountain lions.
Hey, Miss, I just Googled drop bear, and it's just a hoax in Australian folklore.
Oh, no way! So it's just a bear.
It's a bear. She got you, Shawnee.
What's that?
Look, she's laughing at you. She got you. She got a little smiley face.
Well, you can always go catch them desert trout.
Yeah.
A friend of mine's always talking about catching them desert trout. And I'm like, really?
It's the same as sending your girl up a trouser snake. It's not a good idea.
Oh gosh, Miss, she got me good. Okay, it's right. You're in the morning. I'm like at night. So there.
Everybody who lives in New Zealand, there's nothing in New Zealand that's dangerous. Nothing.
Oh, come on. There's not. We just
She
talked
lives
about
in
There's
Australia.
no spiders. There's no snakes. There's nothing. There's nothing there to harm humans.
What?
There's no wolves. None of that shit. So it's a news. But now, don't fall in the water around New Zealand because that shit is deep and there's some big sharks and big squid.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why is it like that? Because it was an island that was secure from everything for so long until some humans found it. And as long as no crates carrying anything on it, it should be okay. I've never been there. No, they won't let me come. They said we don't like Americans.
No, well, I guess there's a sour taste after they made the Lord of the Rings movies there. Hollywood came in and left a sour taste in the locals' mouths.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Made them a lot of money.
Still is. You can go. I believe it's in New Zealand. You can go and see Hobbiton. It's still up and running. So it's like a theme park now. You can go to and visit, see the set, see the insides and outsides of the homes.
Well, I'm with you, Christopher. New Zealand's like across the street from Australia. How can it not have spiders? Yeah.
Hey,
So
Mish, ask Mish.
Wait, here, somebody just sent me this: the 10 most dangerous animals in New Zealand. Okay, what is this? Let's go see what this is.
Here we go. All right.
Most. See, that's a spider. Look at that, lying bastards. So number one is a Katapu spider. Sounds kind of stupid. Oh, look, it's ugly though. It's black with an orange stripe. See, anytime you see deep colors like that on a spider, you know it's poisonous. See, black widows have a red spot on them.
A red hourglass on the bottom.
And yeah, they will. Yeah.
Okay, Heidi. Good luck to you.
Okay, let's see.
Hey, Heidi. Good luck.
White-tailed spiders and blind bastards. Look at that. Ooh, that spider looks nice. That looks like a brown recluse, actually. See, all that spiders look like the same
Brown
spider.
recluse kind of look like World War I tanks. It's just, that's how I describe them.
So there's 3 types of spiders, and they all seem to be poisonous. Oh, you want to know what number 4 dangerous thing is in New Zealand?
New Zealanders.
The great white sharks.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mako it also makes its home down there.
I would think bull sharks.
Blue bottle jellyfish.
Never heard of that.
But they look funky. Sea snakes.
Yeah, those things are very dangerous, or very poisonous anyway. They're not dangerous unless you go in the water, I guess.
Gray-side grilled sea slugs.
Hey, Kurt.
Sea lions. Oh, shit. You got to fight the sea lions off? Mosquitoes is number 9. Wild boars.
Yeah.
There's no snakes on land that have any consequence. And the spiders are recent introductions.
Yeah, people living there for too long.
People bringing shit over.
It's an inevitable thing. If we move in, pests that are have a reciprocity, a beneficial parasitic attachment to us. Certain insects have a parasitic attachment to us. They would follow us along, no problem. So I think there's probably other bugs that weren't there before are there now too.
Jay, I love those. I love you, man. You know I do. But those are some awful big words that I do not understand what you just said. Can you put it in layman's terms?
So there are certain creatures, certain insects, and other things that have they're parasitic off of us. They live off of us. Ants do, spiders do. They get into our house and they eat. The things that we attract, like because of our food habits. Ants attract other bugs. There are lots of bugs that eat ants. Those bugs have sort of a parasitic, relationship to us because they need us for some of the food that they're looking for.
So New Zealand has no snakes, and it's illegal to have one as a pet.
Oh wow!
They don't want no snakes. Yeah, they do have the sea snake, but that's not an online.
But that's in the water though.
It's it's in the water, and they are deadly as fuck. They're all over the world. They're black, white, yellow looking son of a.
They're black and silver.
Yeah. Well, they got black and yellow, black and red, black and some other color. It depends what part of the world they're in, but they basically look like the same snake.
Yeah,
it's just that ribbon. That ribbon is just a different color for some reason. I don't know why. But bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, if you see a snake in the water, swimming underwater, get the fuck away from it because it's probably going to be poisonous. I don't think there's no non-poisonous snakes in the ocean.
There are some things that look like poisonous snakes but aren't. They're called loaches, but they don't get quite as long as the snakes. In the ocean, they're probably going to be like they'll look like a baby snake. Maybe 2 foot long at the max.
What's black and white and red all over a new? Oh God, Mish, that's older. Oh my God,
a nun falling down the stairs.
That's like 50 years ago, dude.
Mitch is smoking the good shit. Is all.
Yes, he is, man.
Jimmy Lee, what do you got for us, man?
What you put in your coffee, Mitch?
It's cool. It's and spiders. You can treat your property, keep spiders away. So,
Mitch, our answer to that question used to be a nun falling down the stairs.
Oh, CJ's just dark. Look at killing a nun off. Look at him. Damn.
I went to school with nuns. Okay?
Anyone
else in this room go to school with nuns? Raise your hand.
I did. I went to school with
nuns and priests, and they are.
Yes, I did too.
Assholes.
Oh, yes, they did. Oh my God, my poor fingers, man. My knuckles got pounded like.
Oh, I know. I got smacked many times with that 3-4 thing.
They had corporal punishment when I was a kid. They could hit you with the ruler if they wanted to.
The whole entire time.
Here's the crazy thing about that. You getting smacked by the nuns and the priests, right? And then you go home and you tell your parents what you did. Yep. And they smack the shit out of you after that day. After they
my parents didn't do that to me, but this was cool. That did happen. My mom was a strict Italian. There was no telephone calls during dinner, period. And we were all about to sit down for dinner. And my mom was the last one. She put her plate down. The phone rang. She picked up, and all I heard on this side was, "Oh, he does he? I see. Well, if you'd stop hitting his hand with the ruler, maybe his writing will improve. Goodbye." Click. Turns out it was the nun who teaches me, cursive, handwriting in school.
My mom
she was complaining about my handwriting because I'm a class clown and I make people laugh, and so she would smack my hand with the ruler. My mom flat out told that nun, "Stop hitting my son with a ruler. Maybe his handwriting will improve," and hung up on the nun.
that was uncalled.
And I saw
it. Was unheard of.
Yeah, I remember we got to 7th grade. They started using the paddle. They cut holes in the paddle so would make that woofing sound. We lift your ass off the ground.
Yes,
man. Yeah. But you know what I liked about that is my coach would say, "Okay, Joe, 3 whacks, or I tell your parents." I'm like, 3 whacks, baby. Give me 3 whacks. I walk sideways for a couple of days. I don't want to talk to my mom. Just rather not tell her. If we can avoid getting the parents into it, be better off.
Yep.
Yes, it's for all parties involved.
Yes, because I got in trouble a few times. I was angelic like. How's that? Yes, there we go.
Right. Oh God, please.
Angelic like. I didn't say I was angelic. I said angelic like. That means I smiled a lot and said "fuck you." It's one of the worst whoopings I ever got was I met this kid. And they kept stealing his snack pack. Now this is 2nd grade. They kept stealing. I was a big old chunky ass kid at this point, and they kept stealing kids' stuff. And this guy was like in 5th grade, so I was like, "Oh man, come on, don't worry about it." So we went in the bathroom, and he slams this little dude against the wall. I just said, "No, fuck this." I grabbed this big motherfucker, smashed his face in the wall, kicked his legs out from underneath, and dropped him in the floor, and stepped my foot right on his neck, and I said, "I tell you what, boy. You want to try that with me? Get up and see what's going to happen to you. You never touched a motherfucker in school the rest of the time we was in school. Hey, Amelia, I'm not shitting you." And he was a big old boy, but he just couldn't believe it. He's like, I remember he's asking his friend, "This guy must have took martial arts." And in all fairness, I mean, I was a yellow belt. I mean, come on, y'all. Anybody's taking martial arts knows what a yellow belt is. That's like what, 1st year or 2nd year, probably.
Second year.
Yeah, because White's 1st year, yeah. So, and but it was enough to whoop his ass.
I mean, I even at green belt, I have a green belt in Taekwondo. It's enough to, like, if somebody puts their hand on me, I'm like, you can either let go now, or I can break something that's in your hand or your arm right now. Take your choice. It's enough to break bones. I mean, and that's enough.
You guys are too damn violent.
That's violent.
No,
You're protecting
it's not that
yourself.
at all.
Oh, no, that's not being violent. That's protecting yourself.
I'm going to be 60 next year. Some little young punk wants to put his hands on me. I'm not old enough to stand around in a sustained fight. I'm going to end the fight before you start. So, like, you have a choice. Let go of me, or you're going to have a broken arm. That's your choice.
Amelia and Heidi's my favorite buddies.
Amelia.
It's well, just I told the story before, but I'm in the kitchen one day cooking. This is not that long ago. This is, I don't know, 10 years ago. And my son had a bunch of his friends over, and Jason's a big old boy. He's like 6'3", probably 180 pounds, 190 pounds. And I was cooking. I wasn't paying attention. He walked up behind me. He lifted he put his arms up like he was going to grab me. I didn't even realize it. Before I realized I had spun him down, had anybody throw it in, lifting him up in between the corners of my cabinets. He was turning red. And I felt so bad because I just let him go. My son was going, oh, my God. Of course, they always thought, all the kids thought, oh, that was so badass. But I really felt bad about it. You know, I could have snapped the kid's neck without even thinking about it. And, that's why people don't realize this. But when you're in the service, like if you get kicked out of boot camp, they stay what they call them cosmonauts. They put them through positive motivation training before they send them home to get that out of your head. Well, going through special forces, when you get out of the service, there are certain things you have to go through before they let you out. Because right off the bat, 90% of the time, if somebody even touches you, before you react before you think, because that's what you're trained to do. So you have to actually retrain yourself to think before you act. And it's not as easy as people think it is. And the worst one I ever seen was my friend Dave. He beat up 18 cops in the French Quarter. And if I wouldn't have been there, they would have either killed him or he'd have killed them. Wow. He all because the cop bumped him with the horse. And he looked, they said, hey, dude, come on, stand in here. And he bumped him again with the horse. David drug him. First, David punched the living shit out the horse. Then he drugged the cop off the horse, beat the living shit out the cop, drugged the other cop off the other horse, beat the shit out of him. This cop's coming, and he's just leveling these. He was 18, Special Forces in Cambodia. He was behind the lines 3 years. I mean, all he did was kill people. And, I mean, he was taking them out. And finally, I just screamed at him, and he just stopped. And when he stopped, all the cops piled on top of him, handcuffed and brought him to jail. They released him. I remember we go to court and they're asking for it. And the guy said, why don't you tell me what happened? And I told him what happened. He said, well, wait a minute. The cop did what? And I told him what happened. He said, that's exactly what happened. So he looked at the cops and all 18 cops showed up. Actually, it was 20 showed up. He said, let me get, and David's not that big of a guy. He's probably my height, a little thinner. And the judge is looking at him. He's looking at these cops. He's looking at David. He said, let me get this straight. This guy beat all 20 of you up plus the horse? He said, you're lucky you're not dead. Then he grabs a gavel and goes, case dismissed. He said 20 on 1. He said, and that's what the cop said. He said, you're lucky you're not dead. The cop was actually ex-military himself. I mean, the judge was actually ex-military himself. And he was kind of even had a smirk on his face like you probably fucking deserved it. I was like, oh, Jesus. You couldn't have predicted that in 100 years. That's how that was going to go. I mean, yeah. he fits it. But he didn't start it. The cop started it. That's how it went down.
Well, I'm going to hire Amelia as my bodyguard and my cook if I ever became rich and famous.
Yeah, she likes... Well, you know, when she cooks, she kicks it, the pan flips over, she and throws the stuff in it, and kicks it like that, slides it onto the stove, and kicks the little burner, comes on. You got to watch her, man. She's dangerous.
I'm going to hire her. She's 4 years of kickboxing, and she's a good cook. So
I like kickboxing. That was what I took before I went in the military, and then I get in special forces. They tell me, "Well, you don't need to know any specials. You don't need to know any of that crap." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Let me show you." He said, try any starting move from any martial arts and see what happens to you. Man, there was no way. This dude didn't matter who you were. You could have been fucking Bruce Lee. This dude was going to take you out. I was like, what the hell? And it took me a little while to understand that special forces had designed certain and specific moves there were counter moves for any move in martial arts. And they weren't just a counter move. It wasn't like the stop or blue it. When they made the move, they took the person out.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I was like, wow.
The real idea behind most martial arts that people doesn't realize is that the idea is to, not stand there and fight for 5 minutes and do all these fancy, flourishes and moves and stuff. The idea is to end it and walk away.
That's what it is.
So that's why there's bone breaking techniques. That's why there's, that's why there's strangleholds. That's why there's different types of grapples and grips and different ways to flip people. And the bone breaking thing is, it's mostly like you'll find that in Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, and Aikido, where most of the bone breaks are. But you imagine someone throws a punch at you and you're like, hey, don't do that again. He does it again. You say, hey, dude, don't do that again. In most martial arts, they say, always give him 3 tries, 3 outs, 3 strikes. When he throws that third punch and he gets a broken arm, that's on him. Don't present something you don't want damaged.
Have you ever seen videos where guys on the street think they're badass and they take on MMA
They get
fighters?
punched once and they go right out. Yeah.
They go against MMA fighters. That's funny. Hey, Joe Fox.
Yeah, it's funny. First time my wife ever seen me get into a fight. So my uncle, him and his wife got divorced, and he called me. He was going over to get his stuff. There was like 5 guys there. So I pull up. They whooping up on my uncle. I get out the car, and I just got out the service. I mean, I couldn't have been 3 weeks. I said, dude, by law, I have to warn you. I said, now you've been warned. All 3 of them went to jump me before they were laid out. And my wife's like, Jesus Christ. My Uncle Chuck's standing there going, holy shit. And then the other guy comes running like a madman. And I did an old like, boom, just hitting Blunt in the nose with a palm.
Oh, a closed arm.
I was thought about the close on, but he was coming straight at me. So I did the stiff, boom.
Yeah.
Nose went, and he hit the ground. And she's like, and who are you again? She was a little confused. I said, baby, I told you I had special training when I was in the service. And she was like, yeah, you didn't tell me that. And but yeah, I've always been the person who don't want, if I just put this in perspective, when I was a kid, I got in these kids were fucking with me. And I didn't want to get in a fight. So I went home. When I get home, they show up at my house. My dad says, well, what you going to do? You can't let it go now. So my dad threw me out in the backyard. And I got in a fight with both of them. There was shit and blood and hair going everywhere. But in the end, I was the one who won. And of course, my dad was all proud. So was my grandpa. They were all like, bunch of fucking redneck, coon-ass motherfuckers. But they had a thing. If you can walk away, fine. But once you've been challenged, you can't let it go because then you look like a wuss. And I was like, okay. And ever since, and that's the way I've done it. But nowadays, I tell, even at this age, I look, God, the other day, I said, I'm going to tell you this one time. I said, I'm SPS, Special Forces trained. I said, now, if you feel froggy, you just go ahead and jump.
Jump, yeah.
If you wake up, you're going to be in the hospiel.
Son, how many?
And the guy looked at me, and he looked at this old lady. He looked at me. He said, dude, maybe not. He said, this is stupid anyway. We're grown adults. We shouldn't be acting like this. I said, no, you shouldn't be acting like this. He left. He got in his fucking car and left.
I plead the 5th, Kaysen. I plead the 5th.
I don't like to hit people though. I really don't like Denise. I don't like beating up on people. It seems third worldish.
It is. But
what, Joe? I mean, there's times you have to, but still.
Yeah, I was going to say there are some people that deserve a good ass whooping, and you know who they are.
But here's what happens:
that deserve a good ass kicking and never get one, but they deserve it anyway.
when I grew up, we didn't fight with guns. We beat each other up and then walked away after the fight.
That's what we did.
We didn't use guns either. We used sticks, knives, chains, and
no. We just fist fought it out.
Yeah,
it was fisticuffs, man. That's how it was. That's my dad and my uncles and my grandpa all said the same thing. But see, my dad had been in the Merchant Marines. My grandfather had been SP. Well, he was not shore patrol. He was MP. He was in the Marine station. He was in World War II stationed in France, and his job was to keep the army in control. So, I mean, he knew how to fight, and both my uncles had served. So they were giving me things and tips and telling me stuff, and my mom was pissed. Why aren't you teaching? She was pissed. You don't need to be teaching him how to fight. And she's like, well, somebody's got to teach him how to fight, baby. And she told me, I'll beat your ass. I was like, Like, Mom, look at you, violent and stuff. You know, she was a coon ass girl to start off with, so you wouldn't have known.
Read Mish. Look what Mish wrote. Oh my God, hardcore Mish. Oh my God, Mish, you're hardcore.
You know, I've been watching these two Aussies. These two Brits that have been in the United States touring around, eating and drinking. They were down in Louisiana for a while. And these two guys crack me up, man.
Yes. Yeah.
And the guy's like, he said, we're like 2 hours. That's forever. It takes 2 hours across the island. And he's like, I come to America and people are commuting that long. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He said, now I finally, because he said Europeans always say Americans aren't well traveled. He said, well, you need to come to the country and find out why, because their country is like 50 states. 50 countries. He said, like 50 countries out there. He said Texas is the size of Britain. He said nobody walks. Everybody drives. Of course everybody drives. It's the United States. We don't want to walk. Jesus. Oh, but it was funny because he was drinking Mad Dog 2020. It's like he thought you was just supposed to drink it. He got about 2/3 of the way through the bottle and passed out, landed on the bed on the floor.
Have you seen those? You seen the videos where these young kids are drinking Mad Dog 2020 and they're just like get so drunk they pass out? I've seen them.
Yeah, because Mad Dog's.
You know how much Mad Dog 2020 you have to drink to get that drunk to pass out? It's like, at least a case. Stuff's weak.
Yeah, it's well, for people who aren't used to drinking, I think it's 18%. Yeah, I think it's 18%, but
yeah, it's just. But
I never liked it.
Beer, more than wine, but it's not quite like
Well, I grew up in a family that let you drink from like age 5 up, so I was drinking beers and shit. And at the barbecues, my grandpa would put a little salt in the beer and give it to me, let me have it. So I got such a crazy strong immunity to alcohol. All I drink is hard liquor. I don't drink anything else.
My uncles would let me drink the foam off their beers all the time. All the time.
That's how I was raised. I was raised in a family full of alcoholics, and they drank.
When my dad got up to go to the bathroom, I'd like quickly run over to his table, grab his beer, and start guzzling as quick as I could until he came out. And sometimes he'd fake go to the bathroom and he'd lean back and go, put that back down. I'm like, oh shit. Had to put his beer down. Like, sorry.
Yeah, we knew what he was doing. Yeah. No, but and this is the weird part. My grandma said when I was 2, they'd bring me to the bar with them and have me in the little, thing. And when I was whining and bitching, they'd give me a little neat shot. I forgot what she said.
Yes. My mom
put me to sleep. I was like, what?
Yep.
I said, no wonder I can't drink. I got a freaking tolerance from hell. The only downside to having tolerance from hell is it costs you a lot more to get drunk.
Yes, it does. But you know what? We used to have hot toddies. That was an Irish thing. Whiskey, hot water, and a lemon and 1 packet of sugar. And they would give that to us when we were 3 or 4 years old if we were sick.
Like eggnog.
Ooh, gross. Ooh.
Yeah. There you learn you'd be knocked out.
Yeah.
And by the time I was 12, 14, we were drinking Jugger Jacks. Boy, that should give you a headache. God, that shit was nasty, give you a headache. And then they had Dixie Long Necks and Dixie beer. You might as well be just drinking piss out the sewer with some alcohol in it.
That's
Dixie beer is the same brewing company that made Billy beer, which was
I remember that. That.
Jimmy Carter's brother's line of booze.
But by the time I was 15, so what happened was we owned a couple of lounges, and I'd go in and clean them every week with some friends. So what we would do is we'd get 1 bottle, and we'd go down and take like 2 shots out of each bottle and put them in 1 bottle. Yeah, just mix them together. God knows what we were drinking, and we'd take it out the river and go get drunk. And my dad knew we were doing. He didn't think anything about it, but it's we weren't like taking a whole bottle of one thing, just a couple of shots out of each one, and we go on our merry way. And we didn't charge him for cleaning. That's why, because we used to get the booze, and we get a big thing of Coke we'd fill up and take with us. We get drunk, and by the time I was 17, I had some wickedly ungodly tolerance to alcohol. I remember going out to the first club when I was 20, and I was drinking Jack Daniels and Coke with a shot of Jack on the side. And it would take, I'd have to drink 10, 12 of them to even get a real buzz. And remember, I'm shooting a shot on the side. But the thing about Jack is it made me so mean I had to quit drinking it. I mean, dude, you bumped into me, I was going to turn around and deck you right where you stood. I didn't give a fuck how big you were. It was just it's bad for me. And even today, I can't drink Jack. If I drink Jack today, it makes me insanely mean. Some booze, like if I drink White Russians, I get giddy like a little schoolgirl. Different things do different things to me. One of my favorites is a Southern Screw, and I'm not talking about a Southern Comfort. I mean, it's Southern Comfort and orange juice. There's a slow Southern Screw, which is gin and something else, but this is a drink. It's just orange juice and Southern Comfort.
I apparently have a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde effect with Jägermeister.
Oh God, everybody does.
I'm a huge dick, and people don't like me. So it's like, wow, really? I don't remember. That's a good thing. I've like gotten blitzed on Jägermeister once and once only. So, and I don't remember most of it. So
the good thing for me is I was never I never really liked black licorice too much, and that's what Jaeger pretty much tasted like to me.
It sure does, yes.
But then they came out with the honey Jaeger, which is something different. What's that, Denise? Oh no, man. No, I tried to get in fights when I was in clubs. Before I went into service, I didn't want to get my ass kicked. And when I came out to service, I had to be careful anytime. We were out just having a good time. We were at a dance club. We danced, had a little happy ass off, getting drunk. And I was drinking White Russians that night, and I was drinking White Russians with Screaming Orgasms. And Screaming Orgasm shot. It tastes like chocolate milk is what it tastes like, but it's 150 and it's a shot. And man, they're really good. And you start popping these things and drinking a White Russians. And I'd drink a White Russian with 151 or Everclear. I didn't drink the regular vodka 151.
No, Everclear is
really good too. So when we started drinking daiquiris, when daiquiris were invented, I'd go get a White Russian daiquiri. So it's about this big around, about this tall. And you know, they put a lot of liquor in it to start off when I said, oh no, add 3 shots of Everclear. Like, what? I'm like, yeah, just add 3 shots of Everclear. And then I could drink with this daiquiri. I'd sip on this daiquiri for 2 hours, catch a nice buzz, you know, have a good time, you know. And they didn't care if you drove around with the daiquiri in the car. As long as the lid was on it, you were good. And if the cop came, you just took the straw out and set him on the side.
Well, have you ever heard?
As long as you wasn't sloppy drunk, they didn't bother with you.
I mean, there was no stigma. I remember my father would drive me and my brother. He'd go to the beer store, which was about a 20-minute drive, you know, round trip. We would go to the beer store, buy a 6-pack of beer, get in the car, and we would all wear our seatbelts. He would pop one open, and we would drive home. And he got pulled over at least once or twice that I remember. That the cop was like, and sometimes he actually got a ticket for going, you know, a little too fast. You know, going 30 and a 25. Here's a $5 ticket. They didn't say anything about the open beer. They couldn't care less. There was no stigma, you know, 50 years ago.
Oh yeah, now you got something open. They
lose their fucking mind when that happens. Now they arrest the entire car.
I told the cop one night. I said, well, dude, you have drive-up liquor. How can you give me any shit when I can drive up in my car and buy the drink?
Yeah, Happy Jacks in Florida.
Right back, gentlemen.
Happy Jacks was a drive-through bar.
Yeah, so Louisiana decided that daiquiri shops, you could drive through all the time, and you could even get hard liquor there. And then they had driver convenience stores you could drive through and get liquor too. You get cigarettes, whatever you want, just drive them around. It was.
Yep.
It was. Now Mississippi decided to get rid of the drive-through convenience stores for some reason or another. I don't know why, but in the daiquiri shop, so you can still drive through. You got to drive through window, pull up, get your daiquiri.
Yeah, I was. That's the first thing that shocked me when I got stationed in Florida, was looking at all the Happy Jacks as I was driving around, where you could just pull up, drive through, and get whatever you wanted.
Yeah, Florida's a happy state, man. They want you to be happy. What's that, Ronnie? No, you can still drive through liquor stores down here. Well, you can still drive through daiquiri shops down here. Yeah, they don't care. Well, daiquiris are not like immediately going to get you drunk to start off with. I mean, there's a lot of just flavor in there, ice. So it takes a little while for the alcohol to work its way through.
I never did like daiquiris, Joe. Never did.
Man, down here it's a thing because it's so hot. Yeah. So, and what started this is they used to have ices, and everybody would get an icy and get a bottle of rum and just dump the rum into the icy. So you could get drunk and get cool at the same time. So that's how daiquiris came around to being. And then I worked for one of the companies who were building the machines. Matter of fact, Orleans Icy, where I was a driver for when I was young, we sold all kinds. We even had a van that had a daiquiri machine in it that you could take around to different places to help sell the daiquiris and show companies how good the daiquiris were. And they were good. You could get chocolate daiquiris, strawberry daiquiris, white Russians, hand grenades, you name it. They would have 20 or 30 different types. Creamsicle, dreamsicle, you shit, man. Whatever your flavor was.
But frozen drinks and floated liquors were some of my specialties as a bartender when I was doing that through college and a little bit beyond.
Well, I had some good friends. You know, one of my aunts used to have a following. You know, a lot of times bartenders build up a following, and she had a following. Whatever bar she went, they came with her, and you know, she'd know all their
That's
drinks.
very true. Yeah.
Friends.
I had my roommate and I. We lived on Wilmington Island, just outside of Savannah, Georgia, and after we graduated college, a lot of us stayed there and lived there. And I was working as a bartender, and you know, Thursday nights I'd have, you know, I wouldn't work. I'd usually work the weekends. So my roommate and I had daiquiri parties every Thursday night for like a year, and his girlfriend and her girlfriends would come over, and we would just, like, you know, pick a movie and mix either margarita type frozen drinks or daiquiris all night long.
Well, when I first got out the Navy, a friend of mine worked over at the Hideout. He said, "Why don't you come bartend for a while till you decide what you want to do?" I said, "Sure," because he was making about $2,000 a week, and back then that would be like fucking 5 G's now.
Yeah,
so,
that's good money.
So I start working with him. And I'm making a little bit of money, $400 or $500 a week plus my pay. And I'm like, dude, I kept getting people would just leave me drugs after drugs or phone numbers, drugs and phone numbers. I was like, and I didn't want to be rude. So finally, I put up a sign over the bar that said, "Please do not tip with phone numbers or drugs. Cash only." Well, I didn't mind going and getting laid from time to time, but fuck, I get laid on my own. I didn't need you know, leaving your phone number at the bar when you're so drunk you don't even know what the hell you're doing. I ended up dating was it Harry Krishner? So this little girl, she used to come in. So I think that's what they were. They were something like that because it was a cult of some kind. So
if they wore like a pair like orange and yellow robes, that's Hare Krishnas.
Well, she just wore regular clothes, but when they went to their church, they had to wear those things. So she used to come by and see me all the time. And one night she said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was getting off work and I was waiting for a friend of mine to come pick me up. She said, "Let me give you a ride." She used to have one of them VW Bugs that was a standard automatic. It didn't have a clutch.
That's the first giveaway, dude. Never get into a van driven by a chick.
No, it was a regular Beetle. It was a regular little Bug, except it wasn't standard. I mean, it was standard, but it didn't have a clutch.
Driving. No.
So she goes, "Well, where you live?" I said, "Oh, over here." So I was staying with my aunt at the time, so we went home and did the wild thing. And for a while we were on and off. And then one day she says, "Why don't you come meet my family?" So I'm thinking family, right? Oh no, that is not what she meant. So we pull up in this thing and I'm looking around. I'm like, man, this looks like a church or some kind. We go in, these people are in white robes and shit, walking around, head shaved and shit. I'm like, "This is your family?" She said, "Yeah, this is the religion I'm part of." I said, "What were you recruiting?" I said, "You could not have thought I was going to do this." I said, "I told you what I was doing in the Navy. Yeah, I'm not the peaceful kind of type of person, baby." And she tried for a couple of weeks after that, and I was like, "You know what? We got to break up." And I said, "Because this ain't going to work." I said, "Why don't you go back in your little cult and do whatever you do in your little cult, and be careful." I said, "Because most guys would get really pissed about this."
We did.
She was very aggressive. She was the one that wanted.
That's how you got into it, Kazin.
Have sex. I mean, she was hot. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
Are we due for a break?
We're probably past
an hour
break.
and 10. We're a little bit past, actually.
Yeah, I guess we'll wait and go in about 10 minutes or so. But
oh yeah, let me see if I think I queued your song up. Let me make sure. That's not it. Where did it go? There it is.
Well,
yeah, I got it.
What do you mean, Jason? No, we'll talk about any fucking thing on here we want. That's the whole point of the show. We're talking. Oh, when we come back, we're going to be talking about UFOs anyway. But Okay, let me explain this. I own the network. These guys all host on this
Oh,
show,
that's
all of our
good.
shows.
Good segue, Joe. The question. I think I found the answer to our question about the West Virginia UFO crash and/or landing.
Okay, because we're going to do that, and then we got this thing about the astronauts who were on the space shuttle talking about what they've seen. So we'll do all of that when we get back. Go ahead and take us out. I need to go get a Coke anyway. I need some more cane, man. I need some more of that cane. Oh yeah, I got shades.
Up there, Mike.
I'll be right back.
Steelers theme song right here, everybody.
Good choice, Sean.
Thank you. Yo. Thank you, Joe.
I had had enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging ET in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air, okay, and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said, okay.
He was a Louisiana man named Montaldo. Folks around called him Six Gun Joe. Worked with ICAR, don't you know? Investigating UFOs. Out for a drive with a gal one night, they stopped to check out the reporting site. When an alien lit right there on the ground, he commenced to throwing his weight around. Now, old Six Gun didn't take too kindly to that kind of thing, especially without Vaseline or anything like that, you know. Seriously. Well, Six Gun looked that critter right in the eye and said, "Any last wish before you die?" Yo, reached for his gun, quick as a twitch, and said, "Fill your claw, you son of a bitch." Now a legend spread across the land about this pistol-waving man. But if you're from space or from Earth below, you don't give no lip to Six Gun Joe.
Hey, Jay, welcome back, man. Jay, you there?
Yeah, I turned my mic off because we had songs going. Wow, did we lose somebody?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
no.
lost Joe there, man. All right, I got to get my face back on the screen here.
Yeah, there we go. And maybe Steve will pop in and help us make it a trio.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know what?
Yeah,
I have a question to ask you.
Glad we can play that for you.
Here's a question. My meat manager keeps talking to me about some type of aliens are coming to Earth. Have you heard that? It's real big over TikTok.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that's a rumor. I mean the rumor is because it ties in with the Bible. You know, Jesus said he'd return, and you know all the gods say that they will return, and whatever. Just pick a mythos. Doesn't matter which one. Almost all of them, the gods promise return of some at some point or another in the future. If they promise a return, but there's the false flag account of like some sort of creature flying through the universe heading towards the planet right now, which is, you know, designed to start the unification of process by making it one world, one government, one monetary system, one army, one everything. That's what that's probably all about. But there was recent, and I don't know where I saw it. We flashed it up here, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago. There's some sort of large, either disc or ball-like craft outside the planet Saturn, and by large, I mean like this is Saturn. This is the planet Saturn, and the rings would be out here. This thing is like it's almost the size of Saturn. Here's a good example. This watch. Oh no!
I forgot it has a chain on it. This is Saturn, and this is that thing.
Okay.
It's like somewhere behind it, like this in the picture. That's how big it is. It's that big. It's just almost, it's not as big, but think of a spaceship that big.
Wow.
Outside of a planet. We were talking with Dolly Safran on Wednesday night, and this is news to probably Joe and I. When Joe comes back, we'll see what his thoughts of it are. Now, at one point, there's somewhere between 5 and 6 different species of aliens on the planet, like constant visitation. One of those races, the ones that most are associated with the classical gods, the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki pretty much spawned almost all the gods of the Mediterranean mythos. So the Anunnaki start in Sumeria, they go to Acadia, Babylonia, Egypt, Greece, Rome, Europe, North America, etc. So they left somewhere in the, I think, 90s, and apparently because of some crisis on one of their homeworlds back at wherever their homeworld is, somewhere in the Pleiades star cluster. Pleiades star cluster, most people think as 7 stars, only 6 you can see with our eyes. The 7th one you need a telescope. Well, it's not just 7 stars; it's like 320 stars. It's a lot of stars. It's a whole bunch of solar. It's a whole cluster of solar systems that are in that general vicinity. So who knows where they're really from? But they allegedly left in the 90s. Dolly said that the Greys left 23. So and that's why we're thinking there's so much chaos. Hey, welcome back, Joe.
Welcome back, Joe.
Sorry, I had to go grab something right quick out of another room.
No worries. Hey, I had a great question, and I was just reminding him of our show Wednesday with Dolly, where she said that the Greys had left the planet somewhere in 2023. Do you remember?
Yes, I do remember. Of course, I didn't agree, but I do remember.
Yeah.
But, well, she said all the aliens left, not just the Greys. All of them left because they're scared we're all about to die. Maybe that's true. Harvard thinks we're about to die, so. I did hear it'd be Pittsburgh first, though. Pennsylvania will be gone.
Yeah, that's good. I'll hunt all y'all, motherfucker. I'll hunt.
It's going to be Pittsburgh.
Who cares?
They said Pittsburgh, Maryland, New York, and Philadelphia will be the first ones gone.
There we go. I'll haunt your ass.
I said, with the exception of Pittsburgh, the rest of them I'm good with. Just saying.
Okay.
Yes,
Like I said, when I die, y'all will be sad. You all would be sad.
I would be sad.
He's going. I'm going with you, Sean. So we're in the same bubble.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, if we both go, Sean, we make a promise right here on the show. We'll come back and we'll them. We'll get some on-air EVPs from us.
Okay,
yes,
so we got Colleen, Mish, where's Heidi at? Where's Amelia? I'm going to give some books away or give some things away. Okay, that didn't come out quite right. But anyway, you can give some stuff away. How's that? That sounds better. Who said I'm pregnant?
Heidi went to get an MRI done on her hand.
Oh, well, good luck with that. She shouldn't have. That's what happens when you punch idiots like that guy we were talking about earlier. Even a psychic punch, oh, shit. What? Oh, besides, don't even ask me. People's it's radio station business. How's that? Yes, there we go. Radio station business.
Yeah, we were talking about before being on air, and it will stay off air.
Unfortunately, some things y'all don't get to hear about. Yeah, like Santa Claus is real. He's right there. Look at it.
Right here.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. And
I'm catching up, Johnny. I'm catching up.
And he uses the word fuck too.
Have a new
who would have known Santa used that word? Oh, don't worry. Mine will be white soon enough. It's
I'm talking about the color. I'm talking about the length. Have a new beard stretcher.
Now if I comb it down, it'd be crazy. See, my beard is weird. It's all pulled in, but when I comb it down, it'll get down about right here. And if I let it grow, like I used to do My wife used to give me shit because I do Grizzly Adams. It would grow from here all the way down to here. She'd be like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm Grizzly Adams."
Right here.
But now that I do have to be on television and stuff, I actually kind of trim it up a little bit. The UFO thing's been interesting. I mean, with Harvard coming out about those statements about whatever this Muamua shit is, that might be coming to kill us or save us. I'm not sure which one. So maybe Muamua turned around because they seen this other one coming in. Maybe they say, "Oh wait, where did it come from?"
Maybe they're both a coordinated alien attack. Apophis and Oumuamua.
All I know is that my boss keeps asking me this question every freaking day at work. That he
Are you
sees
pregnant?
No, about this alien ship or this alien coming in.
That's Muamua.
Muamua, okay.
But it's actually okay. So technically, there's 3 interstellar objects. One is left. The second one had came through. It's already left. Muamua was the first one, but for some reason it turned around and came back, and it's
bringing shit with it.
Yeah, it's bringing shit with it. And then I can't remember the third one's name, XJLA, some bullshit. And it's on. No, Apophis is the other one. Apophis is the one that's going to go below our satellite shield.
I think Apophis has a weird number too. Let me get it back up here. I closed it.
Yeah, but this one was like they've by the way, they've changed the number on this one 4 different times.
Apophis is what it's called. 99942 Apophis 2004.
Okay, I'm just keeping an eye on you, Amelia. I know how you are, man. My eyes see. I'm psychic, so I can psychically keep an eye on you. Yes.
Well, I'm glad you're still here watching, Amelia. It's always nice to see.
Oh, I need her. I've been shopping with her. We've been shopping online together. Yes. Picking out clothes that'll make somebody crazy.
I really do want to taste her lasagna one day. Really
She's an excellent cook. I mean, she's really, really good cook, and she sends me stuff from other people too from time to time. It's I like people who cook because I'm always looking for new recipes and new ways to make things, and I do like to cook. Yes. Oh no, guys! No, guys! We're not just talking about dresses. We're talking about dresses, not little. No, we're talking about dresses that would make a man go, "Oh, wait a minute now, what's going on here?" Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Oh yeah. I'm not giving up anything, but I mean, like, whoo.
You're talking the kind of dress trying to gay man straight, aren't you?
Sure, you damn right. You don't be touching that thing, you be burning your fingers, man. It's you be like, damn, girl. Christopher, what are you talking about? No, Amelia's a friend of mine. I can talk to her all I want. You don't know who she is, so shut the fuck up. How's that?
Mine too.
What the hell?
He's lying.
Oh man,
you lying, Joe? You are lying.
Oh baby, they are like. If I was an old man, I seen him walking around, I think I'd be like, "Baby, are you leaving me or something?" He'd be straightening his ass up like, "Woohoo! Wait a minute." Anyway, moving on. So anyway, Harvard's saying this damn thing is coming back to either save us or kill us. I'm not sure what the hell that's about. We read the article last night, and so we're going to bring up some stuff here in a minute, and that we're going. I call it leftover from last night's stuff, and Christopher, we don't really do much news. We do some news on here, but really, we do a 3-hour news show on Friday nights, so. Most of the good stuff we try to get out. We talked about Trump. We talked about Putin. We talked about the meeting on the 15th and who's going to, do who's weenie and stuff like that.
Yep. The bromance begins.
So, I mean, a lot of stuff like that. We talked about Israel. We got in depth in all of this stuff. We talked about India and Pakistan. We talked about whatever the other country was. And we talked about what's going on in Iran. We talked about all of that stuff. Yeah. So
we talked about Iraq. We talked about Desert Storm. We covered a lot of ground.
And then we covered a lot of new technologies. So that's all stuff. That's a Friday night show. That's what we do. This show is much different. This show is whatever we want to talk. Well, actually, to be frankly honest with you, it's whatever the audience is wanting to talk about. So if we're talking about shit and they're fine with it, we keep talking about it. Yep. If they want something else, they'll post something and we'll go talk about it. Well, because this is an audience-driven show. And there's actually more hosts than this for this show, but a couple of them are derelict. Well, one of them got sent to heaven, unfortunately. Oh, he's in heaven now. So, well, as far as heaven goes, away from us. But anyway, I can't. It's another thing I can't talk about. Sometimes this is shit you can't talk about. I know in the old days I'd talk about anything, but this station is big now. We have a lot of shows, and there's a lot of things. You know, it's not just me. If I screw something up, that's going to be in trouble. It's a whole network full of good hosts. So I actually kind of watch my behavior somewhat. I'll still tell you to go fuck off. So just know that ahead of time.
Yeah, this is the show for that.
Yes, but really, this show is just really more about fun.
We also I said it before the show that I think I found that our answer to we were looking for the answer for one of my friends at work asked about a crash landing of a UFO in West Virginia. We tried looking for it, and it's been like a week or so now.
Yeah,
I found what the anomaly is, because I said I recall that there was also a plane crash involved with it too. But my memory, I've been researching this for so long. I polymorphed the two incidences into one, but they're two very, very close incidents in the same year. Let me go back and see if I can find it real quickly.
Yeah, you'll go find it.
There it is. Okay. So September 12th, 1952, Flatwoods, West Virginia, also known as the Flatwoods Monster Incident. 6 local boys and a local woman of Flatwoods, West Virginia, reported sighting a UFO landing, and then later discovered a bizarre-looking creature near the site on or about September 12th, 1952. I thought that there was also a related crash of an F-89 Saberjet, November 23rd, 1953, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Felix Moncla. Felix Moncla Jr. was a United States Air Force pilot who disappeared with Second Lieutenant Robert Wilson while pursuing an unidentified flying object over Lake Superior in 1953. The U.S. Air Force reported that Moncla had crashed and that the unknown object was a misidentified Canadian Air Force plane, but the Royal Canadian Air Force disputed this claim, saying that none of their aircraft were near the area in question at that time. So that's what I could find.
Yeah, see, these kind of things are kind of weird. Now you heard me while Jay was reading. I said, underneath my breast. I said, I mean, even y'all didn't hear it. My fucking girl Chihuahua heard all the way in the front room, and all I was saying was ski cat.
What?
Where's the kitty cat? There's no kitty cats in here today.
Where's the kitty cat?
Wait.
Where's the kitty cat?
Look, there it is. In the kitty cat. Show the monitor. Joe, show her the monitor.
She's not interested. She's like looking down at stuff.
Meow.
Her sister's on the ground. She's more worried about what's going on down even she's black against my white, and you still don't even hardly see her.
Still barely see her. I mean,
I know.
It's like some kind of stealth technology she has.
Yeah, stealth puppy. She knows we're talking about her. Look at those ears go up.
Get him, Lola. Get him. Okay, you got to get out and go play with your sister. Okay. Go bring your coochie self over there somewhere. And nothing like having 2 bitches in bed with you all the time. Not what you guys think either. I'm just warning you ahead of time. It's, No, who asked me that question? That's kind of personal. I'm just saying it's kind of personal. That's like asking me how much money I make. How many women I no, that's. Oh, you mean more than one at a time? Who hasn't? I can tell you I'm a member of the Mile High Club more than once. That's what makes you happy.
Courtesy of the United States Marine Corps. No, wait.
Courtesy of the Navy, yeah. Courtesy of the Navy.
Well, she was probably a U.S. She was probably a Marine, though, wasn't she?
I don't know what she was actually. We're not even. There was more than one. Them damn Marine girls are aggressive. I mean, they're aggressive. They were like, "Baby, you want some?" No. You're like, "Well, okay, whatever you want, baby. Whatever you want."
Testosterone, Joe. They put testosterone in the Cheerios.
I don't know what they put in there, but oh Lord, it was. I'm just saying, guys. If you're a guy serving right now, and you know some Marine chicks, just be careful. When they say give it to me, you better give it up.
And there are some hot Marine chicks.
Or the thing might be crooked afterwards. I'm just warning you. Oh man. It's I had a good time in the Navy. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. killed a couple of people.
Avionics.
Nothing like going on somebody's neck, makes you feel better afterwards, especially if you're stressed.
You know what we did this on the ship. There was a E8, the senior chief, who was an asshole, the biggest asshole you ever wanted to.
Most of them were.
But you know what we did? He always loved scrambled eggs, so the cook put a whole can of cream of tartar into his eggs one morning. It's tasteless, but man, he had to sit on the shitter for about forever. Oh my God, he was pissed.
It's that's just scary, skanky stuff there.
Yeah, well, the other cook's trick is to use so in most industrial kitchens, the dishwashing detergent doesn't have any chemicals in it. It's just a clear soap. It doesn't have massive perfumes or colors in it. It's clear and it's tasteless. So they pour that. If they cook your steak with that, you'll be the next 24 hours. You'll be sitting on the shitter every 27 seconds.
Oh yeah, I mean that senior chief, he did learn his lesson after that. They're pigs, man.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff when I was in the service, and I remember getting my first taste of torpedo juice. I was like, "This is not a real thing."
I gotta tell you this, guys. This is so true. Whenever the recruits would come in on their first ship, when they would come on, they were always attached to the galley. They were mess cranks, is what we called them, mess cranks. So we would get really there would be a guy that really was like a doofus, okay?
Yeah.
And then E1, E6 would say, go up to the dentistry, because we had women on board. Go up to dental and ask for a fallopian tube, okay? And he would go up and ask the dentist, who was a woman, I need a foot of fallopian tube. Oh my God. Oh, we had the days. Those were the days, man.
Who would be so stupid as to go and ask that? You have
an 18-year-old kid right out of high school.
Yeah, because most of them kids didn't have a clue what that was back then. They were just
wow.
And even today, kids ain't as bright as they should be.
We were out in the middle of the ocean, guys, and the bosun's mate, they would make their recruits freaking go out for mail watch. All right, they put them on a life vest, put them up forward, and he'd have to stand there at parade rest for 2 hours out in the middle of the ocean waiting for a mail call. No shit. Oh, we were bad. We were terrible, man. Yeah. We were terrible.
Yeah, they didn't, they didn't know what tenders were and shit. Hadn't been on a ship long enough and stuff. I remember the first time we were all sitting down in the hangar, and the guy says, "We're going to make some torpedo juice." I'm like, "Dude," and we did have torpedoes on board, but they were hard fuel. I'm thinking, how are you going to do this? He said, "Well, we're going to go drain some fuel off of a F-18. I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." So they went and actually siphoned off about a half a gallon of this stuff. And man, what was this? JP5, I don't know, whatever. It was potent as all hell. And so he did that, and then they did a couple other things, and they had some other alcohol they put in there. And then when you drank this shit, your brain was it was like your brain was even working afterwards.
You're drinking gasoline.
They distilled it. Don't ask me, Jay. I don't even want to try to even tell you what they.
Look, most liquors are distilled from some sort of a vegetable or a fruit.
I know, but it was diluted. It was distilled and diluted. Oh yeah, I know. But that was the thing. So they would put in.
People wonder why there's people out there that get high on canned air duster.
Yeah. Well.
So literally, I got to tell you, this was It was the 4th of July. It was, and I don't remember what day of the week it was, but the 4th of July, and I was working at I'm not going to say exactly the store, but it's orange and it's a big box store for home improvement. So I was walking around the back of the store looking for something, and I come around the corner.
Oh, you work for Lowe's?
No, that's the blue one.
I know
which I also used to work for.
I know what color they
are. The
are.
Corner where our loading dock is, and right next to our trash can or our trash compactor, which is outside of the building, there's a dude passed out he's just in shorts. His shirt is off, and it's thrown into a pile in front of him. He's got 11 cans of canned air duster surrounding him in like a semicircle,
There's a big, huge pile of shit right next to him, a big, huge pile of vomit right next to that. And then over here is a big, huge pile of urine. And then there's a big, huge pile of his like personal shit, like a backpack and his shirt and all everything else. And I was like, I saw that and I was like, ooh. And I called the manager, like, oh, come around the corner, quick, come around. And he was sleeping underneath the chute that comes out of the building into the trash compactor. Had the truck
gross.
come that it's dangerous too. Had the truck come to pick that up, and they pushed forward, and they would have run him over and crushed him. But anyway, the managers came and we called him some help, and these nice guys with really dark blue suits came and gave him a couple of handcuffs and a couple nights worth of food.
Hopefully they gave him a damn bath.
Hopefully too, man. They arrested his ass on the site.
Even
happy
there's a lot of there's a lot of homeless in the United States right now. And you know what's funny? There are enough apartments, condos, and homes to give everyone in the United States 3. Everyone 3. That's just how it is.
Like without having to pay for it, I could have a house here in Pennsylvania, a beach home down in say Florida, and maybe say a weekend vacation or somewhere here in the mountains of Pennsylvania.
It's crazy. Yeah, because just in condos alone, there's at least 1.5 of every person in the United States. When you get into apartments, then when you get into apartments, because they're rentals, so when you get into apartments, it's probably 2. So what's going on is you're going to live in an apartment. That's where you're going to live, and then you're going to go rent this condo out weekly, or bi-weekly, however you want to rent it out, and that's what you're going to be doing. And then they got the beach homes where nobody lives in them, but they're also weekly rentals. But so a beach home down here, an average beach home down here is around 5,000 square feet. Usually has a pool, jacuzzi. Some of them have tennis courts. Some even have boats with them, depending on the size. So that's going to cost you $5,000 to $7,000 a week. If you get one of the big ones, like 18,000, 25,000 square feet, it's going to cost you probably about $20,000 a week. Now, granted, I can't afford that, but a lot of people can, and they do, and they stay full. So, but these are people who own homes, probably more than one home, probably own 2 or 3 homes.
There's also the same token. There's people that do that with what they call like a timeshare, like they and a couple other people. They have certain times of the year blocked out where their family uses it. The rest of the time, it's rented out to complete strangers. But that turns out to sort of kind of be like, you're trapped in hell and you can't get out of it. So there's all kinds of horror stories about those kinds of situations as well.
Well, me and not my first girlfriend, but the first girl I ever seriously thought about marrying was, we had one. We had it for a while, and we'd go spend 2 weeks there. And you were paying, I think, back then it was like $85 a month. And occasionally you'd get hit with like $100 because they were doing assessment fees or something. And they were nice. As long as you booked them ahead of time, away you went. But what happened is the place started getting a little more trashy and a little more trashy and a little more trashy. And then people wanted out of their condos. They're like, no, we want out. You're not taking care of them. If you're not going to take care of them, we don't want to be in them. And then they had a whole new industry came up that helped you get out of your timeshare.
Yeah, they're kind of like the ambulance chaser lawyer types. We had these commercials all over the place. We can get you out of your timeshare.
Yeah, that's basically what they were. It's kind of a weird. Jesse James, well, I like that name, man. Hold on, we're going to bring this into the room with us in just a second here. Bam, wham, and wham, bam. Thank you.
What are you doing?
Now, this is, if I remember correctly, let me go make sure. This is UFOs in orbit, the unheard testimonies from astronauts.
On which? Demand? What is that? French TV?
Right. I don't know what that is. On C, is that an L and I?
Yeah, on C, demand. It's
the mysteries of UFOs have. No, whatever. We're going to see right now. Hopefully, it looks like it's in English, so hopefully it is. So we're going to find out right quick here, ladies and gentlemen. How big is this? 11 minutes, so we might be skipping. Let's see.
Hit that blow-up box.
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be rednecks.
On the 11th day, As the astronauts were finishing preparations of the
Sounds
orbiter for the
French.
planned return the next day, the crew re-established contact with Mission Control. The recording
look,
from
the
one of the
Atlantis.
cargo bay cameras, which was being used at the time for an Earth observation task, raises questions for them. At the center of the circle, shown here as an overlay, a dot moves across the clouds. It is an unknown object, with dimensions that are difficult to determine, but it is following the shuttle's trajectory
Yes.
at almost the same speed over 27,000
Little
kilometers
vague.
per hour. The footage is sent to the ground for further analysis.
Mm,
But even before the
transparent.
controllers have
That
made
could
any
be
final
Air America
decisions
going
on
to
the course
Europe.
of
Never
action,
could be an
the
airline flight.
observations resume. While, at midday, Commander Branchett is discussing the upcoming landing procedures with Flight Director Wayne Hale, he suddenly interrupts to report a new event. I'll quote his words exactly. Okay, we're not joking about this. Dan was at window number 1 looking outside and he saw an object pass by not far away. He took several photos. It wasn't very big, but we have some images. We can send them to you. Astronaut Terry Wurtz, on the line from the control center, then asks him, "Did you know the time when it happened?" To which Jet replies, "It just happened."
Yeah,
The
just now.
photos he sends, this time you can clearly make out the object with its flexible, vaguely organic shapes, somewhere between a jellyfish and a manta ray. And this object also seems like the first one to be flying in
Gigantic
formation with the
feet,
shuttle
you
at
ask
an
me.
equally dizzying speed. A few hours
That's
later,
cool.
Some of these things are just
Center,
stuff that's
confirmed
probably
by their
alive in
observations,
space.
delivers its
Yeah.
verdict.
It looks like a
The
ghost
landing
hitching
will
a
be
ride
delayed
on
by
something.
24
That's what I
hours.
said.
Yeah.
Look like a dude in a
The day
sheet.
after their return to Earth, the crew is
Ooh.
gathered for a public ceremony.
Whoa.
As she begins to recount what she saw and experienced in space during
Uh-oh,
this
I think
mission,
Sean's got a new
astronaut
girlfriend.
Rademarie Stephanie Shan Piper
Ooh.
suddenly stares off into the distance. She only has time to say a few words before fainting.
You
Damn.
just said,
After regaining
you just said
consciousness
my
a few
name.
minutes later,
Jay,
she
you
tries
just said
again,
my
but
name.
once more she
And she
collapses before she
fainted.
can say
Look.
anything more.
Look at
STS
her.
115 could easily have been considered a routine mission. After all, its objective was simply to deliver unpressurized structural components to the International Space Station 2 segments of its truss that support the solar panels and the radiators used for thermal regulation, plus 2 panels with their associated batteries. But since the Columbia accident, which disintegrated during re-entry 3 years earlier, NASA has realized that there is no such thing as a routine mission. STS-115 is only the 3rd flight since the tragedy, and the first for the Shuttle Atlantis,
Why
which
don't they
hadn't
talk about
left its lieutenant
STS-48?
hangar since 2002. NASA knows that the world is watching its shuttles closely, and
Everywhere I go, people
What?
tell me the same thing.
I'm
We
gonna
just want to
put
feel
just
safe. As
check.
mayor, I'll crack down on gun
Somebody needs
violence
to
by
give her
getting
some
more
X-Lax.
officers on our streets, targeting repeat offenders, and youth prevention efforts that stop crime
honey,
before
here's
it
a glass
begins.
of hot
Let's build a
chocolate.
stronger Mobile together.
so every step is prepared with the utmost caution and every incident is thoroughly analyzed. The launch of STS-115 alone is already an ordeal that gives the program managers more than a few cold sweats.
Welcome back,
On
miss.
August 25, 2006, while the shuttle waits on its launch pad with a liftoff scheduled for 2 days later, a violent storm hits the Space Center. At the height of the storm, lightning even strikes directly one of the lightning rods at the top of the launch tower. In fact, it is the most powerful lightning bolt ever recorded at the Kennedy Space Center. Worried, the ground teams immediately request a 24-hour launch delay, which is extended to 48 hours to check for damage. But bad weather returns, and in the end, the shuttle is brought back to its assembly building. Fortunately, the damage is minor. 3 small repairs are carried out, and 2 new launch attempts are then scheduled for September 6 and 8. But each time, technical malfunctions interrupt the countdown. Every shuttle launch is a nerve-wracking ordeal with almost systematic postponements, but authorization to go will only be given when it is certain that everything is in the clear. On September 9th,
Welcome back,
at
Heidi.
last, Atlantis rises into the
Hey,
Florida
Heidi,
sky for
welcome
its mission
back.
to assemble the largest space station in history. After the now mandatory flip maneuver, which allows the ISS crew to visually inspect the condition of the shuttle, and especially its heat shield, Atlantis docks with the Destiny module and the assembly activities can finally begin. During a week of intensive work, spacewalks follow one after another with the support of the Canadarm robotic arms. And little by little, each delivered component finds its place in the giant orbital construction
What does
set.
this have to
On
do with the
September
UFOs?
17th, the 9th day of the flight, Atlantis has completed its delivery and undocks from the station. The following day is devoted to preparing for the return to Earth, and in particular, a general inspection of the orbiter by the cameras on the robotic arm. Finally, September 19th arrives.
Jesus.
Man. What's going on here, thing?
Oh.
Ad
Flippity
removed.
floppity.
Ooh, why was the ad removed? We don't care. Just turn on the damn thing.
Put the movie back on.
Yeah. All right, I'm a little confused. I don't want to know the details. I want the damn ad removed.
Hit the X. Where's the X at?
There is no X.
Middle?
There
Is
ain't
that
nothing.
thing in the middle work?
There's the detail thing. This ad used too many resources to. Okay, Chrome removed it. All right, Chrome. Can we go back to what we were watching? Yeah, there we go. Oh no, it started. Oh, jeez, oh, Pete, man.
Day, but was postponed.
Where were we? Around
to
here
the
somewhere?
International Space Station 2 segments of its thrust.
No, we were further than
a
that.
violent storm hits the space
We were
center.
further than that.
At the height of
They must know what the hell that was.
Why AI
We're doing binary. I mean, what?
strikes directly one of the light screw to
Oh, I
visually
see.
inspect the condition of the shuttle,
I
and
seen
especially
this.
its. I think we're all pleased with the work we've accomplished, he said, and we're preparing for a trouble-free return tomorrow. Most of the crew is then busy tidying up the cabin. The goal is to make sure that all items not essential for the landing phase are securely stowed so that none of them end up flying around the cabin during the turbulence of re-entry, which could injure someone or damage equipment. One of the crew members, Sam Klonsashki, then reports seeing an object outside, flying parallel to the shuttle through a porthole. A camera in the cargo bay, which was being used at that moment for Earth observation, is then pointed toward the object. These are the images we see here. Unfortunately, the resolution is too low to identify the target.
Something
All that
inside
is
of
said at
that.
this stage
Okay, I
is
see
that
what's
it's
going
flying
on.
at the same speed
Yeah, it
and in
could
the
be
same
a-
direction as Atlantis, at a
There it is,
slightly
right
lower
there.
altitude.
Yeah, it
What
could
is
be a
its
plane.
exact size and how far away is it? It is still difficult to determine. Rather, because when
Well, that could
something
be
is flying
space junk.
parallel
Come
to the
on, people.
spacecraft, it is almost certainly a piece that has come from the spacecraft itself. And yes, the space around our planet is vast, and the relative speeds of the objects within it are enormous. With everyone
Clickbait.
traveling at over 27,000 kilometers per hour, just a few degrees of difference in their trajectories is enough for two objects to have no choice but to cross paths at thousands of kilometers per hour. That's precisely what makes space debris so dangerous. And aside from the very specific situations of intentional orbital rendezvous, the only way for something to be flying precisely alongside the shuttle
Oh no,
is if
come
it's
on.
separated from it at low speed, or at worst from the ISS, which Atlantis left 2 days earlier, and which is still on a relatively similar orbit. But this second hypothesis is quickly ruled out. If the object had actually come from the ISS, it would already be much farther away from them at that point. And since no one has sent a satellite to rendezvous with the shuttle, it means the shuttle itself has lost.
An upset for the ages.
So
Lost
I would ask
what?
the board, what if our next app wasn't slow? What's this? Earn skills in weeks, not years, at University of Phoenix?
Oh yeah, I'm already programming.
Can you program a racing app?
Can you market a racing app?
Looks like I can learn.
Yes!
It's our company's most downloaded app.
Ever.
Earn career relevant skills in weeks, not years, at University of Phoenix.
Something. This is what worries the controllers, because missing parts, impossible to identify on the eve of atmospheric re-entry, are no trivial matter. The day before, the crew carried out tests on hydraulic equipment, as well as on the RCS thrusters, which shook the shuttle quite a bit. So it's not impossible that something poorly secured or already weakened took the opportunity to break loose. So, why is this so concerning? Well, perhaps it's worth recalling that 3 years earlier it was damage to the thermal shield on a wing that caused the loss of the Columbia shuttle and the death of its crew, precisely during this phase of atmospheric re-entry. The news of a lost part that could be one of the towers from
How
the
did they get
underside
that
heat
picture
shield
of the-
is therefore not
the-
taken lightly at all.
of the
And when
shuttle that
Commander Wayne
crashed?
Jett speaks with the flight director Wayne Hale at midday, that's exactly what they're talking about. If something has come off, it's absolutely essential to determine whether it's a critical part or not. If it's a tile, then the return to Earth will have to be cancelled, and the shuttle will need to dock again with the ISS while waiting for a repair solution to be put in place. On top of these considerations, there's also the fact that the weather for the following day is bad. The gusts of wind forecasts at the Kennedy Space Center are approaching the safety limits. It is therefore decided to postpone the landing by 24 hours, both to let this weather episode pass and to give the crew time to carry out another complete inspection of the shuttle and its thermal shield, using the cameras mounted on the robotic arm. In this shot, depending on your preconceptions, you can indeed see either a space jellyfish or a kind of transparent tarp that, in zero gravity, takes on a somewhat folded in on itself shape. In the end, it's a bit like a plastic bag floating between two layers of water, and depending on whether you're a human or a turtle, you'll see it either as a disgusting piece of trash or as a tasty-looking jellyfish. Unfortunately, if you're the turtle, you'll only realize your mistake when you miserably choke after biting into it. The Atlantis astronauts, on the other hand, are not turtles, and what they see there looks more like some kind of covering that might have come loose from the still wide-open cargo bay, which wouldn't be all that surprising, actually. Throughout the entire space shuttle program, astronauts often observed things coming off their spacecraft. This is simply because the shuttle was an extremely complex and large vehicle that spent months being prepared in huge hangars by hundreds of technicians. And despite all the care taken,
all right, people, this supposed to be UFOs. I'm getting bored of this crap.
Or tool would fall or be left behind in the cargo bay during maintenance and would suddenly be released into space when the bay was opened once in orbit. The kind of transparent tarp photographed by Daniel Burbank fits perfectly with this type of incident, especially since, due to the Columbia disaster in 2003, the Atlantis shuttle had also been grounded and waiting in its hangar since 2002 for a whole years, for someone to leave some packaging lying around during the installation of equipment. As for the object filmed a little earlier, which was too far away to be identified, observers have their own ideas about it, but only an inspection of the hull will be able to confirm them. Indeed, when Atlantis docked with the ISS, the crew performed a complete roll of the shuttle to allow a visual inspection of its heat shield. And even though no tiles were found to be missing, the observers still noted one detail. During shuttle launches, an external tank with a capacity of 2,000 cubic meters is attached to its underside and supplies most of the propellants needed to reach orbit. Once emptied, it is detached, and hatches covered with thermal tiles come to cover the junction panels, which provide both the structural support for the tank and the transfer of propellants. All around these panels, a seal ensures the connection between the fixed part of the thermal shield and the tiles on the hatch. During the inspection maneuver of Atlantis by the ISS, it was noted that one of these seals was almost completely detached, held on by only one of its straps. Fortunately, these seals are not critical. The shuttle is perfectly capable of landing without them, and ground control was not concerned about it. But precisely when on the 12th day the shuttle is inspected using the robotic arm, it turns out that the seal is no longer there. So, was it this seal or another piece of debris that the camera filmed? It's impossible to be completely certain, because many other things can come loose from the shuttle and shine in the sunlight. For example, during certain fluid purges, ice forms on the outside of the pipes and can then break off, which can produce almost the same result. In any case, after the inspection, the heat shield itself does not appear to have suffered any damage, and the shuttle is declared fit for atmospheric re-entry.
Is that it?
I guess.
Let's take a look at why the F-35 just might be misunderstood.
Everywhere I go, people tell me the same thing. We just want to feel safe. As mayor, I'll crack down on gun violence by getting more officers on our streets, targeting repeat offenders, and youth prevention efforts that stop crime before it begins. Let's build a stronger Mobile together.
The F-35 has become the most expensive weapons system ever, and as a result has become an easy target for criticism. I myself have been critical of the F-35 in previous videos on this channel. Today,
there we go. Are you still there, Sean?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. I muted the audio.
Was it a Star Trek thing? Was it a Star Trek thing?
I don't know.
Whatever.
I muted your audio. We didn't know.
in fact, someone stated that the F-35 should have been designated the A-35 or F-A-35.
Shut up. Damn, sorry, guys. That was beyond boring. Sorry, people who were listening. Y'all probably all committed suicide out there and shit.
Not yet.
Almost.
Denise, we got about a half an hour. Why? I don't know. I don't play football. Football sucks. I like
Steelers are winning 31-25.
Who?
Steelers are beating Jacksonville 31.
Oh, we got, what is this? Preseason? I didn't realize we were that close.
Yeah.
17-year-old arrested after 3 people shot in New York. And people just getting shot all over. They shot somebody in Atlanta the other day at the CDC. They shot somebody in a military base. I mean, come on, people. Calm down. Get a grip. I mean, you want to shoot somebody, shoot yourself. Shit. I mean, really, I'll go seek some help.
Well, that dude on that army base, that dude on the army base, he was in the army.
It's I don't know. It's retarded. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, and before anybody starts on gun shit, okay? Martha has never killed anybody. No. Now, now with the help of Daddy, Martha could kill somebody. Yes. But it would only Martha's the only thing carrying the bullet. I'm the one pulling the trigger. Yes, I mean, come on. I could use my little 380 down there, but it just bounced off of a man of steel. Yeah, it's true. Oh, the story about the Superman is joining ICE. Yeah. It's the one from the TV series. Yeah, what was it? Clark and whatever it was. Clark and what's her name? The girl's always getting in trouble. His girlfriend. With Superman. Yeah, Clark and Lois. Yeah, but anyway, he's the one joining. He's going, I'm going to kick some ass. Them immigrants have no idea what's coming. You know what? What we need is, the black guy, the guy wears the black suit, Batman. Yeah, we need him. We need the Batman on immigration. I guarantee you, if they started seeing a giant bat coming to their house, they'd be jumping on that plane. Now, how to give you a free ticket out. They'd be jumping on that plane left and right. It was a giant bat that came for me. Yeah, well, you should leave. What are you talking about, Christopher? No. Okay. There's a difference between immigration and illegal immigration. I'm sorry. Yes. We're not going to talk about that tonight. If you want to bring it up on another show, it's fine.
Yeah, listen to this, guys. Listen to this. I heard it on the news. An asshole shot 2 state troopers.
Oh, yeah. Well, the one in Atlanta, I mean, I know there was one in Atlanta where he shot a guy. I mean,
they were in Pennsylvania.
What do you mean troopers deserve it? Troopers keep you safe, people. No, I wasn't a trooper. So there's a guy down here who's famous cook, crawfish guy, does all kind of stuff. When you look at this guy, you would have never thought this guy was a state trooper, but he was a state trooper. I learned how to do voice dress from Louisiana State Police. That's how I learned it, yes. I will voice dress your ass. You cannot lie to me. What do you mean the world's coming to an end? Well, if it does, it does. I mean, somebody else will just take our place.
Someone asked me about, the things we've been talking about, aliens coming. Is there an alien being on the way here? And, what can we do to stop it? Nothing. I mean, we if anything.
We have 10,000 nuclear, 5,000 nuclear.
Yeah. If an alien race comes to destroy us, there's nothing we can do to stop it. If Yellowstone explodes, there's nothing we can do to stop it. All we can do is prepare against it and try the best to survive anything that may come from it.
If Jellystone comes, we're all in deep shit. Yeah, Jellystone. Because the planets, the Earth's going to be like, oh yeah, no fun. I swear.
There's one thing I did want to see if we could talk about since we still have time. One of my friends said that he had heard that anyone who makes less than $150,000 a year no longer pays income tax, and I haven't been finding that. So, what is it the Big Beautiful Bill is supposed to do for us? Do you guys know? And I have the answers if we don't.
Well, actually, there's a couple things going on that this isn't actually even in the Big Beautiful Bill. So, first off, the Democrats did not vote for any tips. No, you get rid of tips or Social Security. No taxes on Social Security. No taxes on tips. No taxes on any of that. No taxes on wages under $100,000. Not one Democrat voted for that. I thought I'd tell you that because I'm a centrist and you should know that this party who's trying to play you there for you is actually against you. But maybe that'll change. We'll have to wait and see.
I heard that this one senator, someone in the Congress put a bill in that every one of us get $2,500, and it's on the floor.
That's Trump.
That's something separate though. It's not in the Big Beautiful Bill.
So and it's totally separate because first off it was going to be $600, and Trump said no, it should be at least $2,400 is what Trump said. Yes, now this is going to be I think 21 or older, or 18 or older. So I'd have to actually do the math and find out how many people are that age, and if you're probably in a certain income range, you're probably not going to see that So I'd imagine if you're $150,000 or over, you're probably not going to see that.
Here's what it says right here. Today, President Donald J. Trump officially signed the One Big Beautiful Bill into law, a once-in-a-generation piece of legislation that makes good on his campaign promises and puts America first. Here's what this means for everyday Americans. The largest tax cut in history for middle and working class Americans. According to the Joint Committee on Taxation, the tax bill will most benefit workers and families making less than $50,000 per year. That's me. I qualify for that. Bigger paychecks of $10,000 plus or more in annual take-home pay for families. That's nice. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security. A $12.5 billion modernization of our air traffic control system. Permanently increasing the child tax credit for more than 40 million families. Permanently securing our borders by finishing the border wall and hiring thousands of new ICE officers and Border Patrol agents. I didn't know that was in there. Wow. Driving down energy costs with a massive expansion of domestic oil and gas production and capacity. I'm glad it's in there, but I didn't know. I mean, I knew he was doing that, but this makes it official. Tax deduction on made in America auto loan interest. Protection for 2 million family farms from punitive double taxation. Creating Trump accounts for every American newborn. I don't know what that means.
You remember? Wait, do you remember the Gerber accounts way back when we were all kids? You could.
Yeah.
I think that's what this is going to be.
Okay. So it's like a college fund for your kid.
Basically, yeah.
Restoring fiscal sanity by cutting 1.5 trillion in spending. That's significant. Where's that money going? Strengthening Medicaid by eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse and blocking illegal immigrants from receiving it. Funding the Golden Dome missile defense system to confront 21st century threats. That's strange for a tax bill that's in there. And then modernizing our military to ensure it has the resources to be a ready, lethal fighting force after 4 years of Biden-era weakness. That's what's in the, that's what the bill is about.
Awesome on.
It actually mentions Biden's weaknesses.
No. If you're Spanky, I'm going to blow you up. Yes. It's, what, Jimmy Lee? No, man. Spanky from, I forgot what cartoon it was from now. You made me forget. It wasn't even from a cartoon. It was from TV.
Little Rascals.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. That's what it was. Little Rascals. I was going to say it wasn't even a cartoon. Yes. No, what are you talking about? Oh, you mind your own business, all I can tell you. Let me pull this up right quick since Jay put that down. Let's add this to the stage. Let's go over to, where the hell did it go on my page? La, 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 la. No, I can't sing, people, so don't hate on me.
Well, if you're on the StreamYard tab, there's always at the top, there's a view the tab you're sharing.
Yeah, no, usually shows. So I'm thinking.
It'll have a blue television
icon. No, I must be. I must be on a separate page. That's why. Yes, that's exactly why. Okay. If it's not on the page, which it doesn't show you, let me put it up there and make it come up. Hey, there it is right there. Okay, so this is Harvard Scientist Says. Let's start with this one. Okay, let's see. Did that come up on the screen?
Yeah, mysterious object aiming at Earth. It's not natural. I don't think he clicked it.
Yeah, so yeah. Harvard Scientist says mysterious objects aiming at Earth is not natural after pointing out one major issue. So look, this is a Harvard scientist. He's not the only one, by the way. Y'all forget when Muamua came through the first time, half the freaking scientific community said this thing ain't natural. Now all of a sudden, now that it's come back, there's a Harvard scientist saying, now, there it is. It's got a couple of objects by it, got some other objects streaming around by it.
Well, the window didn't come up, Joe. So whatever you clicked on, we're still seeing the old page. So it must have.
Wait, hold on. Let me come see. Oh yeah, okay.
Heidi, it's not. You talking about aliens, Heidi? So
let's do this. Stop screen. Start screen. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be dickheads.
And sometimes you go on another screen. It should say at the top, share this screen instead. If you see that.
Okay. Yeah, you can just share it over. Okay. Let's put it back up. There we go. There we go. So that's what they're seeing, and they're thinking this thing is not natural. They think it's something made. I was going to say man-made, but man didn't make it, and it's coming to Earth.
Yeah, and all those things that are elongated, the dashes rather than dots. Look at the background. See the stars that are dots that are stable, they're not moving. So those things are moving very, very, very fast.
So last time I had seen the speed on this thing, it was 124,000 miles an hour. Fastest known object in space.
Like I said, they're moving at a snail's pace across our galaxy. How fast?
124,000 miles an hour.
Wow.
Fastest known object in space.
How many months till it gets here? 3-4 months, though, right?
I don't know. They ain't said. Let's see if there's anything on the page that we can look at. I'm scrolling up. Can y'all see it
It's
scrolling?
been 3 or 4 months since it's passed.
Oh,
Probably
there
even
we
longer.
go. What's got this guy down here?
Mayor, I'll crack down on gun violence by getting more officers on
Hell.
our streets, targeting repeat offenders, and youth prevention efforts that
This must
stop
be a
crime
commercial.
before it begins. Let's build a stronger Mobile together. Everywhere I go, people tell me the same thing. We just want to feel safe. As
Yeah,
mayor,
all
I'll
right.
crack
We don't
down
give a fuck.
on
I
gun
don't
violence
Mobile.
by
None of
getting
these
more officers on our
Mobile.
streets, targeting
Shut
repeat
it already,
offenders,
lady.
and youth prevention efforts that
Go buy a
stop
gun if you're
crime
scared.
before it
Oh, will
begins.
you
Let's
all-
build a strong
Will you all
Okay.
relax?
together.
Will you all relax?
It's a
Come on.
perhaps an ordinary space rock. Usually, those are only two areas people have anything floating around in the abyss. So they
That
don't
was
think
Biden's
this.
talk.
Come on, what's going on with this?
Heidi, it was
That's just
Biden talking about that.
Heidi has a real quick question. Does anyone know what's going on with student loans? I heard a while back they were going to be forgiven for certain people or some kind of small details.
I don't know. I wouldn't count on
Biden
it.
talking
Not
about
under
it, so I don't
Trump.
think that's going to go any further.
I don't know, Heidi. I can't answer that for you, buddy.
Also, it's partially due to the activity.
Okay, let's start this right.
For adults
Oh,
with
come
obesity,
on with the
Zepbound
fucking
means-
commercials.
It's changing
And
what I
then you're gonna
believe
make
is possible
scary
when it comes to
people.
weight loss.
Zepbound helps adults with obesity lose weight and keep it off.
Yeah, me too there, hon.
Don't
Twang,
take
snap.
to it.
Oh,
If
it
you
didn't
or
work
someone
for
in your
her.
family had medullary
Move it
thyroid
along,
cancer
please.
or multiple endocrine neoplasias type 2. Tell your doctor if you
I've
get
been
lump
having
or
weird-
swelling.
What
Glitching
are we watching
today.
here? How to
Something
do
needs to be
some
restarted.
skateboarding or what, man?
No,
No.
it's the common way most.
No, this
pharmaceutical
is actually
companies
Harvard.
commercials.
Tell
You
your
know, they
doctor
all
if you
do it.
experience
It's like
vision
if you don't
changes,
take this drug, you
depression,
can't
or
do this. You
suicidal
can't go
thoughts
skateboarding
before
with your kid,
scheduled
or you can't
procedures
dance with your
anesthesia.
partner.
If you're
It's
nursing, pregnant, plan to
it's
be,
like, you
or
know,
taking
come
birth
on.
control pills. Taking
They're all
Zepbound,
the
such as
same.
sulfonylurea or insulin, may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration.
Just end already. Shit.
Ask your healthcare provider about Zepbound. Explore savings options today.
$349 a month. You can keep that
Alphabet's
shit.
super messing
I want
with
to
us.
lose
Come
weight,
on.
but not for that.
Your internet's slowing down and stop moving.
This was
Okay.
discovered on July 1st by
Here
a
we go.
NASA-funded Atlas survey. It was discovered using their telescope at Rio Hurtado in Chile, and it was first detected
Chile?
as a speck of light moving relative to background stars. We collected a good amount of data, more than 100 observations. We know its trajectory fairly well. We know it came from outside the sun.
You're kidding me. Not again.
Another commercial. No way.
You got to be kidding me. If it is, we ain't watching it. We get the fuck up out of here. Oh, it's Zippo, so I'll be nice.
Cool.
Very nice.
Even though I don't smoke anymore.
Wow. A Zippo multi.
Oh, look what this is. Oh, look at that.
Cute.
Whoa. Whoa.
I want one.
Zippo
That's
screwdriver?
cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Torx
look
bit.
at that.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Torx bits are awesome.
Okay. Can we move on now?
Solar system. Right now, it's inside the orbit of Jupiter and is headed for its closest
Commercial.
pass to the sun at the end of October. That's going to be barely
5
inside the orbit
minutes.
of Mars, and then it's going to keep
How'd
going
that
on its
happen,
way out of
Heidi?
the solar system.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Commercial.
No, that's it. That's it. You fucking out of here.
See you later.
But I'm standing up to my fear of recurrence. Verzenio plus
Every
hormone
27
therapy.
That's ridiculous. 3 commercials in 2 minutes.
Positive early breast cancer.
Close that
Now it won't even let me delete it.
Verzenio plus hormone therapy reduces the risk of early
Oh
breast
my
cancer
God, it won't let me out.
35% compared
Now
to
it's
hormone
froze
therapy
everything up.
alone. Diarrhea
Hey, y'all
may
hear
be
that?
severe
Heidi's
or
a
cause
time
dehydration or
traveler.
infection. At the
She's
first sign,
5
call
minutes
your
in the
doctor for
past.
certain antidiarrheal and
Yeah,
fluids.
Heidi's a time
Before taking
traveler.
Verzenio, tell your doctor about
5 minutes.
Heidi's
in the
a
past.
time
Sorry.
traveler.
You'll catch up to us eventually. It'll be really weird.
fever, chills,
If you
other
see
signs
you,
of
though, don't
infection.
touch you
Verzenio
because
may
you'll
cause
both
low white
explode.
blood cell counts, which may cause serious.
Joe's more interested in the bikini story.
Okay, there we go. That shit was irritating me out of him. Oh, residents at the prison. What? Residents at the prison camp town in Texas say Giselle Maxwell doesn't belong there. Oh, she's in Alligator Alcatraz?
Yeah,
No, she's in Texas somewhere, like Austin, Texas, in a jail.
Yeah, she's in a really sweet,
You're
relaxing
welcome.
jail.
Well, now she said Trump was never there. Looks like she's gonna probably get at least a partial pardon, because Trump can't just outright give her a pardon because that'll look like
The hell's a
not good.
partial pardon, though, Joe? I never heard of that.
Reducing her sentence from 20 years to 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Or time served.
No, he's not. He can't let her out. If he lets her out, it makes him look guilty.
Yeah, I guess.
So look, dinosaur footprints. It's we're not really caring about that, but
Not unless they have human footprints.
World War
Yeah.
kicks the nails, the longest field goal we've ever seen.
70 yards.
What?
Kid
Wow, they
from
broke the
Jacksonville.
record.
Preseason, though, doesn't count.
Yeah, dude, preseason don't count.
Kid from Jacksonville, 70
Doesn't
yards.
count for shit unless it's in a fucking recorded game, college or National Football League.
Oh, come
No, I
on.
mean-
Give the guy a break.
No, man, it don't work that way. That'll be the
Work that
longest
way,
field
dude.
goal ever kicked in preseason, but that's not regular season, so that don't
Preseason is
count.
to weed out the last of the non-hackers, and then they finalize their team rosters and they go to final day, first day, NFL. That's what this is all about. They could care less who's kicking records. He's probably going to stay on the team, but I mean, other than
I bet
that,
you would. I bet you, Jay, if you kicked that 70-yard field goal, you'd be all excited. You'd be jumping up and down.
I'd be like, no, I can do better. I can do better, coach.
So
Let me try again.
here's one for y'all. Trump administration orders purge of all federal worker COVID vaccinations records. Anyway, so y'all heard what he did to the MRN stuff. He pulled their
No.
funding today. Yeah, he pulled their funding. All but I think he pulled $50 billion from them.
Wow.
Yeah, so he basically told the farmers, go, with their cells. And I think he means it. Emma Thompson, Trump says, wait, what? Go back. Asked her out on a date. A day. Of course,
So that brings a good question, though, Joe. He just saved another $50 billion. Where is this money going that he's stopping?
So he got 120 billion the other day, 360. He's getting closer to $1 trillion off the tariffs. You know where it's going to go? To us. So do this, Jay. You got a calculator handy? Pull your calculator up.
Let me get my calculator up. Yeah, hang on a second.
So do 2,400 times 300 million, and see what it comes up to be.
2,400 times how many? 300 million?
300 million. 2,400 times 300
and then
million.
6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So it's got to be at least $1 trillion.
$720 billion.
So close to $1 trillion, because they said it's going to be almost $1 trillion. If they give everybody in the country $2,400, it's going to be close to $1
It comes
trillion.
at 720 with 3, 6 with 9 zeros. It's $720 billion.
So that means, people, all this money he's got on tariffs is going to us. We the people. You tell me the fucking last president did that. Matter of fact, the last president did that? Oh my God, it was fucking Trump when he was president in 45.
Yeah.
I mean, he was giving me $800 a week for just being a pretty boy. I mean, I thought that was kind of sweet of him. We
got some good cash. I mean, what did we get? And for like
I got 800 for a while because I was a contractor, and then I got 600 for a while.
I wasn't getting that. We at the store where I worked at, we were getting $100 extra per week if we worked 40 hours.
Really?
And we got from the government, we got $4,000 in a couple or 2 or 3 different stimulus checks.
Yeah. So they gave me, I got the stimulus checks too, but because I was a general contractor, and I wasn't, they paid me. That's how they paid me. They did 800 for a long time, then they did 600 for a long time, then they did 400, and then they stopped it.
Yeah, you guys were essential workers, and any hardware store in your area was also a valued essential business, so they had to be open.
I remember
I'm up, Mish. I'm up. I'm listening.
I left here one afternoon. This is deep into COVID, so I'm driving to New Orleans. And it's just me on the highway, right? And I look up and I see lights flashing behind me. I'm looking down, I'm doing a speed limit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I pull over. He said, "What you doing on the road?" I said, "I'm going to work." "Well, what the fuck you do for a living? You a doctor or something?" I said, "No, I'm a contractor." He said, "Well, you're not essential work." I said, "Really?" I said, "Who the fuck you think's fixing all the maintenance?" I said, "How you think the fucking electric grid stays on?" I said, "How you think the plumbing stays on?" I said, "Well, you think some magical fucking fairy does it?" And he looked at me like, "What?" I'm like, "Really, dude? Pay attention." I said, "You may be an essential worker, but so are we." And he was like,
"Oh, given by the company in Atlanta, we were given a piece of paper to carry in our glove box." And well, the lucky thing with Maryland, not one single citizen followed the COVID laws. They all went out. So I was never going to in jeopardy of being pulled over. But if I had this letter from our company as to give to the police officer. It says I'm an essential worker going to an essential job, and to let me by unless I'm speeding or ran over somebody's grandmother or something.
This is hitting the good stuff tonight or this morning. Maybe he thought, what? You're into fairies?
Yeah, look, he was pissed. I can tell you what. No, he wanted to, because he was just wanting to be a dick. And I was like, no, dude, I'm going to work. And then I seen him a couple times going and coming. And I got to the point where I was doing 80, 90 because it was just me on the highway. He didn't pull me over no more. Then I met his friend, the guy who worked with him. So him and I started. No, he's a real good, cool guy. Him and I started driving together. And he'd get behind me, and I'd punch 90. We'd do 90 going and coming, which means New Orleans trip went from 55 minutes to about 40 minutes, which was nice. And and then when everybody finally started driving again, him and I would drive together. We did for like 2 years. And he got so pissed one day I'm cruising along, right? And he's looking at, he clipped me a couple times, and I couldn't get around this old lady. Some old lady doing like 65, and there was no way for her to get over. And I'm like, so finally I got over. He got up behind her, whoop, 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 pulled her over, tore her a new asshole, because I met him up the road. We was eating it. We stopped at McDonald's, got lunch or dinner actually. Yeah, and he said, I was going to take that fucking bitch to jail. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't see that we're trying to get through. Why don't you get the fuck out of the way? He said, are you too old to drive? She's like, well, no, sir. He said, well, why don't you get over and get out the way? And she said, well, I thought I said, no, you can't drive 65 in the damn 70-mile-an-hour lane in the fucking left lane. You got to do that in the right lane. I mean, he was pissed.
Slower traffic stays to the left, yes.
Because
you're not supposed to pass on the right.
Well, he got used to my driving style because I was driving at Camry, so I'm weaving in and out of traffic the whole way. And he got used to that, so he'd get right on my ass, and we'd just weave. And it was so funny one day, this trucker got all pissed, was trying to cut me off, and he got right up on the side of me and flipped his lights on that truck. I was like, oh, shit, and got right back over.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Didn't know he was riding with a cop, my friend.
Yeah.
And we did it, and I was talking to him one day. He said, well, your schedule's changed? I said, yeah, a little bit. And he said, yeah. He said, they're putting me in New Orleans for a while. I said, oh, well, let me know if you get back on the same schedule. We'll get it back up together. But he's a cool cop. And he was like me. He wanted to go home. And he didn't want to have to sit there through these morons that could only drive 60, 55, 60 in a 70-mile-an-hour highway. Yeah. And, we're getting left lane. We're going to do 80 no matter what.
Well, that's been one of my complaints for years and years and years. The problem with driving law is that there aren't enough road officers to manage all the bad drivers. There's speeding that goes on that's really bad. There's accident corridors where that's where the most of the police presence is in those certain high speed corridors where most of the accidents occur.
So their focus is on, you know, one small section of road where you have so much more. You know, whether it's a city or a highway situation, there just aren't enough road officers to cover all that territory, and people can get away with murder. Literally, can get away with murder.
Well, I know the Mississippi got back to passing the law that you can't drive in the left lane no more unless you're cruising, you know, meaning passing. And as long as you're passing, they're not going to do anything. But if you're just cruising in the lane, nah, they're going to pull you over now. It's so because I like to drive in the left lane. I usually get up to 80 and cruise. Now, if somebody gets behind me, I'll get over and let them pass, you know, and then I'll get back in the left lane again. Obviously, Mississippi don't like that no more. I don't know why they're being dicks about it, because it's actually one of the best ways to drive, especially for people like me who like to cruise.
Well, and that's the one good thing about the I-95 corridor. Anyone who's driven that, I drove it my entire years in college, both whether I was going to Connecticut or Georgia for school. So I've been on both the northern and southern ends of the corridor here. There's enough traffic during the day that you can stay in the left lane and be passing a lot of traffic. And then there's not a lot of traffic at night, the occasional truck or transport, you know, vehicles, but you can stay in the left lane the whole time. The cops aren't going to mess with you because you're the only guy on the road. What bothers me about being on the road that late at night, 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, especially when you get to the place where, you know, you're on a 2-lane road and then it fans out to 3 lanes. There's nobody around you. No one on the other side of the highway going the other direction. There's no one in front of you and there's no one behind you. You look away, you look up, now all of a sudden there's some asshole has come up behind you and is tailgating you. You're the only two on the road and there's 3 lanes. Why are you tailgating me?
Be an asshole.
Go the fuck around. What I mean, has that ever happened to you guys? I don't understand that philosophy of driving. Why shoot up behind me, tailgate me for a mile, and then decide, oh, he's going too slow and go around me? Why not just, before you even get on top of me, turn,
they're dicks.
Change another lane?
They're dicks.
Huh?
They're dicks.
They're dicks, exactly.
Heidi says, Joe, have you driven on I-25? You might get run over doing 85.
Well, not when I'm in the pickup truck, I'm not getting run over. But when in the car, I might.
Yeah, man.
Now, I drive according to where I'm at. So, like when I'm cruising, like when you're on 10 and you hit Austin and you're headed into New Mexico, I'm doing 90-95 because the speed limit's 85. Or if you're in Colorado, especially up top, or in Utah, then 85 ain't shit. I blew by a cop at 100. I seen his car do this. He didn't even fucking look up. I mean, he didn't look up. I mean, some of them roads, like going out to Area 51, it's 90 miles an hour back there. You can cruise just whoosh, 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 and they don't care. As long as you don't wreck or hit a cow, they don't care. By the way, if you hit a cow or a bull, you have to pay for it. Don't matter if he jumped out in fucking front of you or not. You just bought that bull or that cow. Even though you probably totaled your effing car, you just bought that bull.
If you survive.
If you survive, but as long as they've got signs up, it says cows or bulls in the area, and you hit one, because Utah and New Mexico, a lot of their land is open; they're not fenced, so they're just roaming around. And if you hit one, man, too bad, so sad. You just bought it.
Well, there are some areas where it's partially fenced, and they have what they call like cow gating. It's like a metal grate between wide sections between the fences. Sometimes cows go across those. A lot of times they don't like it because the metal grate makes a noise that scares them. But
well, if they slip their foot in it, they'll break it.
Point, the highway, the beltway around Atlanta is exactly like that. The speed limit is, I think, 55 miles an hour in the beltway going around Atlanta in Georgia. And it's bumper to bumper traffic. If you're not going 85 miles an hour, they will hit your ass and knock you off the road. I swear to God. It's like everyone is tailgating each other at 85 miles an hour, going in a big circle around this little tiny, nice, beautiful country city.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I need to call my sister and see what she's doing in 3 weeks. So when I'm going up to see her in Atlanta, once you hit the downtown, once you're in Atlanta, you're like, But it don't matter. So much fucking, there's 8 lanes of traffic and nobody's going anywhere.
You're parking. You're in a
parking you're just, I mean, you might get up to 40, 45. You ain't going no faster than that. You can fucking forget it. Now you come through at night or early in the morning, you can cruise, but don't cruise too much because they do pull you over in Atlanta. Especially if you're out of state, they like, Dick, you can't cruise on our interstate. Slow your ass down. But there are those little tickets you can buy so you can get on the fast ramps, the special ramps, or whatever the hell they call them.
The HOV lanes, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they are, the HOV lanes. And then you can cruise. They don't care. You're paying for it. It's kind of like the New Jersey Pikeway where there's a fucking toll booth every 10 miles or 8 miles or
Every
something.
27 feet, according to George Carlin.
I know. We the first time me and my wife went up there, she wanted to pack a cigarette, so we're on this thing, we're cruising, and all of a sudden there's a toll booth. I'm like, okay, we paid a toll, so I'm thinking no toll booth now, because down here you pay the toll, you don't see another toll booth till you get off the highway.
Or you don't pay. You grab a ticket where you get on at that toll booth, and the toll booth you get off at, you hand them that ticket, and they tell you how much you owe.
Yeah, sometimes they do it that way, but regardless, it's just one and one on each end, and most of them are private owned in the South. So we're cruising on. I'm just getting up to speed, right? I'm doing about 70, and I look up, there's a toll booth. I'm like, you're fucking kidding me, right? So then Lynn said, I want to pack cigarettes. Well, I do like that they build the convenience stores in the middle between the two highways, which I thought was kind of cool. So you can just pull in, swing around, come back out. It's kind of nice. Got a pack of Marlboro Lights, was $12, and this is 14 years ago, 15 years ago. Hate to know what they are now. And
probably like 14 or probably more like 13. Yeah, I think they're 17 or 18.
Denise, I don't smoke. Yeah, I quit smoking. Oh shit, I was 46. It's been a while, man. I quit smoking a long time ago, about almost 20 years, 18 years. I quit smoking, and I just gave it up.
Heidi, on the beltway around DC, they have two sizes of lanes. There's
an fuck DC.
And there's an HOV3. Well, that's the way they do it. If on 495 where there's more than 3 lanes, it's HOV3. When you go out to the 270 and the other roads that feed into the beltway, they're HOV2 lanes. So 2 people or more, you're good to go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna warn y'all, if you've ever gone through Dallas, so there's a part in Dallas where there must be 20 highways that connect. And it's always under construction. So don't rely on your GPS, because the motherfucker ain't gonna know where to go. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like the swirling shit, and it's crazy how it's made. And a good thing I had a friend with me, because my GPS said go. He said, no, Joe, you're just gonna get stuck. He said, just go where I'm telling you.
About out, are we not?
No, we're 33, yeah, so we can go. Oh, wait a minute, let me check on something while you said that. Where has my little dog gone? Up the little girl's skirt. Wait, what? I told you little puppies can't do that. Let's see. What was I looking for? Is this us right here? No, where the hell are we? Why am I not seeing the little red dot? Okay. Oh, there's a little red dot. Okay, there it is. No, I couldn't see it because I was on it. That's why.
Oh.
That's it. And sometimes when you're on it, you can't see it. So let me go over here. And let's go see. I gotta clean this. This thing must have a little mini virus on it or something. Let's see. There's us. Load more. Okay, Sean hasn't come on yet, so I guess Michelle straightened that out.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Nah, he's not on. Okay. Yeah. So she straightened it out. Yeah, I bitched her out about it the other day. Well, I didn't bitch her out about it, but I got her ass about it. Like, Michelle, what the fuck? She's like, what? I said, but you know we do a 3-hour show. She's trying to squirm her way out of it. I said, what? Michelle DeRoche, she's like my best friend. I love her to death.
We're still on. I don't even see a queue up for him. Is he off tonight?
Maybe so. It's his night, so maybe he's off or something. No, we're getting ready to roll out of here, guys and girls. Yeah, we got to go. It's about past our bedtimes.
Yep, mine.
I'm going to go watch some TV, spank some butt, stuff like that. Things y'all don't need to know about. How's that?
I'm going to drink a gallon of tea.
I'm glad you said that. I got my tea thing in the refrigerator, but I'm out of tea. I forgot. I thought I ordered tea bags the other day, but apparently me and the ordering thing wasn't getting along. No, man, I love good Southern sweet tea. Jesus Christ, man. I give it every drink I have to drink that shit. I love that.
Yeah, I'm a tea fan too, but I'm not supposed to drink it because of kidney stones. Just makes the more.
Where's Colleen live?
Colleen's a good friend of mine. I've been knowing for.
Well, I know, but she says it's 7:35 where she's at.
Because she's in California.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She's a Cali girl. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what she does? She owns like 8 strip clubs out there.
Oh, nice.
Yes. She must be rich, man.
Thanks, Heidi. Good night.
San
Ooh,
Diego.
San Diego
Heidi, nice
Comic-Con.
seeing you back, Heidi.
Jealous.
Good night, Heidi.
Just a little jealous, Colleen. Just a little.
Yes.
Or
Maybe
I
I'll
was
bring
in
my.
San Diego in the Navy. I didn't like San Diego. Too many hills.
Yeah, they got the coolest Comic-Con, but then when they send, we have Dragon Con on this side of the planet, so it balances.
It balances out. Well, actually, I've been hearing about. So speaking of, we'll talk about this real quick before we go. What's that? Weak men prey on. Yeah, any weak men that preys on a woman's a fuck up. I agree with that. So I was talking with Lazarus in the show before this one on the Author's Quill, and he said they used to go to San Diego Con and they were making pretty good money. Now it's $10,000 just to get a spot.
Wow.
Just to get a booth, $10,000, and it's moving away from like authors and illustrators and more into TV and shit like that, and cards and stuff like that. It's not really not
Dealers,
like Dragon
sellers,
Con
and
is,
autograph.
yeah.
Yes.
So that's really what it's turning into now. So I know
Well,
I've seen John, and then I didn't get a chance to talk to John about how much they made this year, and I was just curious. I mean, how well they did. He usually tells me if they did or didn't, but.
I've never been to San Diego's Comic Con. I have been to Dragon Con. They're the place where you can buy stuff in Atlanta is 2 stories, 2 levels worth of dealers' rooms. The people selling things and autograph
Yeah,
tables.
I think it's 3 now.
It may even be. They hold it at the trademark. I don't know. Maybe they've expanded on it. But basically, what it is they have the trademark. It's like where the dealers are, and then there's 5 hotels surrounding it that are connected by tunnels and walkways.
You'll see the authors and illustrators in ones. They got stuff all over the place, and it's a 24-hour conference.
24-hour event from Friday to Monday.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun.
I'll be in bed. That's where I'm headed.
We were thinking about bringing you there and letting you be a cosplayer.
No, I don't do that shit.
We're making a cosplayer. Who could he be? Let me think. Let me think.
Commander Adama from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah, he'd make a big Commander Adama. That'd be good. He's cranky enough to be one. That's for sure.
You have to trim the beard to make the beard nice and trim, but yeah, you could do it. You could pull it off. You could be Lauren
You
Green.
ain't trimming this beard, man. Not until after Christmas. I'm the sexy Santa. Remember?
Sexy Santa, baby. Sexy Santa.
Fuck yeah.
Jimmy, I posted that in there. I don't think I have the code though, but I posted the 2 links in there. So if you're trying to get you,
that's a good one.
So there's a link in there posted that takes you to the ARC site, and then the last link I posted there shows you where to download stuff at. I don't know if you have to have the code or not. I know you got to sign up for it, but I just posted it a few minutes ago, so it should be in all the chat groups.
Gandalf.
And before we go, don't forget. Looks like everybody's.
There you go, Gandalf.
Gandalf would be a good one. It does look like you put him in a cape. Oh wait, you know what? He could be Obi-Wan. No, not Obi-Wan. No. Yeah, he could. Yeah, the old Obi-Wan. Yeah, the old Obi-Wan. We'll get him a lightsaber. Where's my lightsaber? You're lucky it's over there. I can't get to it.
Hey, you know what? I could probably be Merlin. I could be Merlin.
You could be Merlin, yeah. No, but I think it'd be better if you're Obi-Wan. You could wander around throughout the hotels and like a dead lightsaber and look in every room and go, I don't remember owning an R2 unit. And like you're looking for your R2 unit, you know?
I'd be so damn confused doing that.
Don't we got some short people on the network we can stick in make a robot out of, make a little.
No, you don't have to. You don't even have to do that. There are dudes that there are R2 societies. I shit you not. There are R2 societies, guys who make remote controlled R2D2 units, and you can like for $7,000-8,000 you can buy them.
Well, I like the new round guy. You know, the little round one. He's kind of cool.
BB-8s, they have those too, dude.
Yeah.
Those are available as well.
Good night, Sherry.
Good night, Sherry. Johnny. Hey, I ain't getting none of my money or my attention. Right now.
Oh, we didn't give anything away either.
Well, I just put them in the thing. So I think this is the link right here. There's another link in there too that shows you something else. Is this one?
Any great wizard. You can.
So there's this link I just posted, but there's another link besides that one I posted earlier. It's in the YouTube link, so you can find it. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to blast y'all out of here with that. Anytime we post anything, it takes 8 shots. So sorry about that. But we're getting ready to get out of here. But
Amelia's going as Harlequin. Harlequin.
There we go.
I could see that. I could see
Yeah.
that. Little Italian hardcore, great cook.
Yeah. Get us some heels about yay long, man. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Get to swishing around and stuff.
Buy her a baseball bat. That's what we'd do. Buy her the bat.
It's
We'll buy you a bat, Amelia.
what's the girl from Roger Rabbit? Oh, that's who
God,
Michelle.
no.
Michelle could be her. Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't see anything from Sean, so I mean, he doesn't look like he's got anything coming up. So, but that's unfortunate. I was going to try to plug his show for him.
I wonder what's on here. I'll have to find out what's going on. Something must have happened or something that he's not on. But anyway, guys, yeah, Jessica Rabbit. There we go.
see
Yeah.
that.
Ooh, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Get to swishing around and stuff. Well, all them Japanese anime girls. I mean, I know like this many of them now. Maybe you asked me from 20 years ago, I might know, but oh no, Thundercats. Oh, there was a hottie in Thundercats. Actually, I forgot about that.
Chitara, well, there were two, Chitara and Kumira.
Yes. So.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're talking about Battlestar Galactica? No. Well, you're going to be Starbuck. You see, okay, now you got an issue with Starbuck. Which Starbuck are you going to be, the guy or the girl?
Yeah.
Or you're going to wear a
Which
costume
boomer are
where
you
you're
going to
half
be, the
and
black
half.
guy or the Asian woman?
That's right. So I mean, it's a little, it's you know.
Fuck that show up.
You might want to leave that one alone, even though there's supposed to be a new Battlestar Galactica coming out. So we'll see. It's also supposed to be a new Stargate coming out as well.
Yeah, but the new
And they're
Battlestar
thinking
Galactica,
about
they're trying to go back towards the 78 version.
yeah.
Not-
So and
not
there's
the
also
remake.
supposed to be a new Serenity. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Now I didn't. At first, I thought they were talking about a TV series, but I think they're talking about a movie. I think because
Oh, well,
because they said Serenity and they didn't say whatchamacallit, Fire, whatever the hell. the name is.
Firefly.
Firefly,
Firefly's
so-
the TV show. Serenity is the movie.
Yeah.
Finalized.
Yeah, Black Widow would be good too. Yeah, so yeah, Serenity's a movie, Firefly's the TV series. So it's I'm not
I think we
sure
all do, Joe.
which one of those is. But anyway, we got to get out of here. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and the chat. Remember, we're here every Saturday. You come find us, and if you got some topics you want to talk about, maybe you got a good recipes you want to share with a couple million people, or you just want to talk about how you got a swishy walk or something, you know, or you know what Moo is doing, things like that. It doesn't matter anything. We like to talk about everything. Nice to see you, Heidi. And look, I posted those links in the chat. Y'all should go look at them. You can get some free books, some free ebooks, and you can look at some other free ebooks. I think they give you like 18 more for $4.
Don't
or
worry
something.
about
So
it, Heidi. Don't worry
you can
about
go see all of those. But anyway, you didn't have to. You're okay, girl. Don't worry about it. We just like seeing you in the chat room with us.
Yep.
It's not a biggie. And that note, good night, everybody.
Good night,
And,
everybody.
Normally
Good
I'd
night.
stay today for Sean, but I guess he's off tonight. So we will see y'all next week. Stay out of trouble.
Good night. Yep. Bye-bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Don't forget, Sean, it's Tuesday and Sunday.
Yep. Tuesday and
It'll
Sunday.
be a brief outro, and then we're
I'm the music